In here. Thank you.
But exactly that, bro. Like, what the hell's...
I step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning Expresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Oh, good morning, you beautiful soul. Good morning, you beautiful soul.
Hey, brother, are you good?
Well, I missed you, man. No, I lied. We've been spooning since you got back. We've just been lying there, spooning and embracing it.
Stop smiling so much.
Like, love having you back. So proud of this guy. So happy to have you guys back. It's a Wednesday. We're kind of cresting the hump, and then we're going to flow down to the weekend from here. But, of course, it is a vitally important time for us, for our country, and, of course, a community that we absolutely love. We're going to take you on a cultural journey ahead of Diwali festivals happening across the globe.
Yes, it's a big
global
festival of
today.
light, and I can't wait to dive into this because we have invited our favorite Bollywood dance troupe. We got Tyler to entertain us this morning while Zoe learns more about the significance and art of Mehndi.
Oh, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be a journey, as we said. Then, of course, we have to get back in the kitchen, and we're going to be whipping up a sweet naan-katai biscuit recipe from Chef Clem, because you've got to have the sweet treats, the perfect assortment for your Diwali table. And then food blogger Landi Govender is going to share some of her decor tips to make your festivities even more special and spectacular.
Oh, special and spectacular. And speaking of, there's one person that can make this even more special and even more spectacular. Let's say good morning. Zoe, how are you doing?
Oh, good morning, gentlemen. You're looking so dapper today, but you know what? It is Wednesday, and of course, lots of exciting things to look forward to. So for this morning on social media, we want to ask you this very important question. We are going to be celebrating Diwali as we approach it, the Festival of Lights, and we're going to take a look at traditional food and sweets prepared for this auspicious time. Now, we want to know from you, what are your must-have Diwali treats? Share it with us on a voice note on 063 408 8863. Perhaps if you even have a photo, you're welcome to share that with us in the comment section of that Facebook post. I might be mispronouncing it, but my favorite is the chaikli, the little spirals. That for me is quite a delicious Diwali treat, but it's not about me, it's about you. Share those delicious recipes with us, and we would love to hear your voice. But let's get the morning underway. Here is Raul with your morning headlines.
Thank you so much. So, of course, it's time to kick off with our official duties. And starting on national news headlines, the Reserve Bank has seized the assets of the former chief executive of Steinhoff, Marcus Jooste, in terms of an order from the Western Cape High Court. Now, the assets are valued at some 1.4 billion rand, and they include a house, Joost's interest in the Landsraak wine farm, and other movable assets of the Silver Oak Trust, of which he is a beneficiary. Now, he is also linked to the collapse of Steinhoff due to alleged accounting irregularities, and he has 15 days to lodge objections. While sticking to our national news fronts, the Department of Social Development says much has been achieved in the 2 years since the National Strategic Plan on Gender-Based Violence and Femicide was adopted. Now, the department says it has started a series of dialogues with communities and civil society organizations on the implementation of the strategy. Now, the Chief Director of Social Crime and Substance Abuse in the department, Siza Magangu, said there had been progress in measures put in place to help these victims. Well, we're definitely welcoming that, and from there onwards we are heading over to international news. Now, an announcement by the presidency's office promoting a deceased general has caused some hilarity and confusion in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Now, people have been tweeting clips of the announcements, with many wondering how the error occurred. Now, General Floribert Kisembo Bahamuka died in 2011 during an operation, but on Monday his name was on a list of military leaders due to retire or be promoted by President Felix Tshisekedi. Now, the presidency announced later that, and quote, a data operator was to blame for the error. Well, moving on and sticking to international news, Qatar Airways has withdrawn flights from 18 destinations to make space at Hamad International Airport for airlines carrying fans of next month's Soccer World Cup. Now, Qatar Airways CEO Akbar Al-Bakir said the priority now was to accommodate the hundreds of flights that will be landing in the country. Now, Qatar expects some 500 shuttle flights a day and will host the November 20 to December 18 tournament, drawing some 1.2 million visitors. Now, 32 nations are taking part with matches spread across 8 stadiums located within 40 kilometers of central Doha. Now, on somewhat of a different note, reporting on news headlines, world record-winning endurance swimmer Louis Pugh, all the way from Cape Town, who has been swimming in the world's oceans for 35 years, is to attempt what is thought to be the world's first swim across the Red Sea. Now, he wishes to highlight the vulnerability of coral reefs and oceans ahead of the COP27 climate meeting in Egypt next month. Now, he told the media he wanted world leaders to, and quote, put your heads into the water to see what we risk losing if we don't take urgent action, unquote. Now, he hopes to swim the 160-kilometer distance in a fortnight, and Pugh, a UN patron of the oceans, will face warm sea temperatures, very salty water, and long hours of exposure to the sun as he swims some 10 kilometers a day. Now, Pugh wants 30% of the world's oceans protected because he says, and quoted, climate change is the Everest of all problems, the thorniest challenge facing humankind, and I wish politicians would put the environment at the center of every agenda. Well, we absolutely love what you do, and we're wishing nothing but the best of luck on that journey. But for now, though, it's time to kick off the rest of our official duties. It's time to head over to sport and see what the latest action is around this world.
Thank you so much, Ryle. It is going to be a jam-packed roster up until the end of the year. Let's get excited about rugby first. The Springboks begin their preparations for the outgoing tour to the Northern Hemisphere on Sunday with a 3-day training camp in Stellenbosch where 26 players are set to assemble. And the group includes 17 South African-based players and then 9 who are currently plying their trade in Japan. All 26 forming part of Springbok coach Jacques Nienaber's squads that participated in the incoming series against Wales and, of course, the Rugby Championship. The Boks will play 4 tests on consecutive Saturdays next month. That's against Ireland, France, Italy, and then rounding off, of course, with our old foes, England. They're bringing it back home in football. Orlando Pirates claimed what looked like a comfortable 2-0 win over the Lamontville Golden Arrows. That win seeing the Buccaneers now move to 4th spot on the league standings. That's ahead of their all-important MTN 8 semi-final second leg clash against Mamelodi Sundowns this coming Saturday. In SuperSport United, they made it 3 wins on the trot when they brushed aside Stellenbosch FC 2-0. And that moved them to the top of the league standings. Jamie Webber and Bradley Grobler with the goals in that one. Then Chippa United looking good. They continued their resurgence in the league as they beat Sekhukhune United 1-0 to make it 4 wins in a row. And staying with the beautiful game, Crystal Palace came from 1-0 down to beat Wolves 2-1 for their first win of the season. Now, Adama Traore had put the visitors in front before Eberechi Eze equalised just after half-time. And then Wilfred Zaha does what he does, and he netted what proved to be the winner in the 70th minute. And elsewhere, Brighton and Nottingham Forest, they played out to a 0-0 draw. The action will continue tonight with Chelsea away to Brentford. Liverpool, they'll be hosting West Ham, and then Newcastle will tackle Everton. But I think the standout clash is at Old Trafford, Man United hosting Spurs. And we'll just leave it there. Then we get to cricket. Proteas ODI opener Janneman Malan. He struck a breezy 60 off just 43 balls to power the Rocks to a 5-wicket victory over Western Province in their CSA T20 Challenge Division 1 clash yesterday. Malan and Clyde Fontaine put together a match-winning 95-run partnership for their 3rd wicket stand to ensure a comfortable win for the defending champions as they now eased through 159 for 5. The Lightning forced the abandonment of the match between the Warriors and the Knights. The 2 teams will share the points as a result. Well, that's where we leave our sporting headlines for now. We'll touch on them again in about an hour or so. It is a brand new day with brand new weather, so let's put you in the picture. Zozo's got the latest.
Thank you, Graham. And let's start off with some news in Johannesburg. Residents have once again been urged to use water sparingly. This while Joburg Water tends to the water shortage affecting parts of Gauteng. Johannesburg Mayor Selo Morero said the region's aging water treatment infrastructure needs extensive renovations. Joburg Water requires a cash injection of 100 billion rand to upgrade its water infrastructure. The mayor believes the investment will prevent the current water shortages from becoming a regular occurrence. Morero said it was not only about a water shortage, but about the ability, or in fact the inability, to pump water due to technical challenges, including power outages. He added that there was sufficient water. Meanwhile, Joburg yesterday experienced good rainfall. Parts of south of Johannesburg were also hit by huge hailstorms. Images and videos shared by residents show hail blanketing busy routes, gardens and driveways. Well, we now turn our attention away from extreme weather conditions, and we're going to take a first look at those sunrise views that you love to share with us. First up is Damon from Uppington, who shared this lavender-filled sky, absolutely beautiful, while taking a morning walk. Kaylee De Bruin captured this photo from Claremont overlooking the ocean with graceful shades of purple. And then Bongani from Soweto snapped this photo of the sun blazing through the gates behind before she heads out to buy some milk for breakfast. Charmaine from George sent in this photo while at her robot heading to work. Just look at those radiant colors beaming through the clouds. And finally, this morning, Rena from East London shared these beautiful pink clouds and just ahead had to snap a photo and share her view this morning with us, which is absolutely beautiful. Well, if you would love to share your sunrise view with us, do so on our WhatsApp line. We take images and videos. That number is 063 408 8863. Let's get into your temperatures for today. Polokwane, a low of 13, a high of 28. Mbombela, 16, 29. Some rain and thunder can be expected in Pretoria today, 15, with a high of 25. Johannesburg, 13, reaching a high of 24. More rain can be expected in Mahikeng, 16 is your low, 27 your high. Klerksdorp, 16, reaching a high of 28. Kimberley, 18, 30. If you're in Bloemfontein, 14 with a high of 28. Richards Bay, 21, reaching a high of 27. Pietermaritzburg, 16 with a high of 27. If you're in Durban, 21 is your low, 27 your high. Mthatha, 17 with a high of 27. East London, 21, reaching a high of 27. Cradock, 16, reaching a high of 30. Gqeberha, your low is 20, your high 27. George, 15, 27 if you're in Cape Town today. Partly cloudy conditions, a low of 12, a high of 24. Worcester, a warm day ahead. 11's your low, 34 your high. Sutherland, 11, 27, and Uppington, a low of 20 and a high of 34 degrees Celsius. Well, that's your weather for now. We'll have another update shortly after 7.
Thank you so much, Zozo. It is going to be a beautiful day, a beautiful time. In fact, as we celebrate Diwali, the Festival of Lights, and the B&A Waterfront is going to be doing it in style, an opportunity for the community to connect. I love it.
Absolutely incredible occasion indeed. And on top of that, we're also going to be finding out, as promised, about Mehndi. Now, this is somewhat of an art form when it comes to this tradition and when it comes to the culture as well. But Zoe's going to be finding more about this. So we're going to get educated and we're going to get nourished because
it's like henna,
a jam-packed show.
Like henna.
Yeah, it's kind of like henna tattoos. Yeah, absolutely love it. Beautiful. I know you're going to as well. So stick around. It's going to be a beautiful one.
Cheers. This one goes out to the brave ones who make it through no matter what's facing you.
Adcock, Ingram, OTC, sponsors of Brave, are spreading hope this October in honor of you.
So stand a chance of winning 2,000 Rand daily by answering the weekly Hopetober competition question on the Expresso Facebook, Twitter or Instagram pages using the hashtag Hopetober and hashtag sponsors of Brave.
This competition closes Friday the 28th of October. T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, Mzansi, welcome back. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and we are celebrating so much this morning. One thing we're definitely celebrating is the Festival of Lights, which has arrived officially and calling us to celebrate all that is good, peaceful, and that which brings joy and love. Now, of course, this is a special event for our Hindu sisters and brothers. So we have the event organizer for the upcoming Diwali celebrations taking place at the V&A waterfront. Now, we have the beautiful Nalini Gangan, who is joining us here this morning to tell us a little bit more about this. Nalini, how are you doing this morning?
Fine, thank you.
It's so good having you on the couch. I love your outfit, your attire. It looks exceptional, looks beautiful. I always love the colors that it radiates. It just kind of gives you that warm feeling, you know?
Thank you. That's what some of what Diwali is all about.
I love that. So listen, maybe for anybody that has no idea about Diwali, what can you tell me about it and what exactly does it mean to you specifically?
Okay, Diwali is a festival of lights, essentially. Most people see it as the lighting of the lamps and the celebration, the fireworks. But Diwali has a very religious and spiritual meaning, and it's about the light within each one of us. And so for me, it's a time for reflection. How good am I? How much better I can be, and how that light will radiate to others that I interact with.
I love how you reference light specifically because it's so true. We all have that light within us. And I think it's a great thing to reflect on and celebrate at the same time. I would imagine, though, that this festival is obviously going to be entertaining. It's going to be fun, full of color, I'd imagine, too. For anyone that's going to the waterfront, what more can they expect from this festival? Being an outsider witnessing it, what should they look forward to?
Okay. You mentioned outsider. I just want to say, you know, in Hinduism, we have a phrase called Vasudevam Kudumbakam, which is the world is one family, which is similar to Ubuntu here in South Africa. There's no outsiders.
Oh, I love that.
So everybody is part of the celebration. It's about us bringing joy and happiness to the whole Cape Town community and taking it outside the Hindu community and the Indian community. And it's a celebration of music and dance. And I think we all know what music and dance does for people. It takes away stress, it makes you smile, and all of that is good for you because the light that we talk about is the lights of love, the light of joy, similar as you would have in Christmas, at Christmas time. So just by participating with the crowd, you know, Indian music and dance is very vibrant, and in smiling and clapping, and, you know, there's also healing benefits in clapping, the vibrations it sends to your body, etc. So anybody coming, it's a healing experience, yeah. So, and we hope that when you leave there, that light that you find in that joy of the dance and music, you would carry through with you and spread that to the next person you meet.
Oh, I absolutely love that. I love the sentiment too because it's good that you make us all feel like we aren't outsiders because we aren't. We're all part of the same body essentially. So I think it's going to be something that everybody can be a part of, everyone can enjoy. And one thing that we're doing on the show, which I'd love to hear from you and your opinion, is we're always sharing a message of hope. It's Hopetober especially. And I think it would be great to hear from you what might be your message of hope for Mzansi, especially this month as we celebrate the light within us.
Okay, so the hope, I think, is the reflection that people have in terms of what they do. And I think that if people practice being what the essence of Diwali is, being good and doing good, and that spreads from you to one person, that person will spread it, and we'll have a better community and a better society. So I think there's great hope for that.
Oh, I love that. Nalini, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Thank you for sharing this incredible event for you, Mzansi. If you want to get involved in it, don't forget it's happening at the V&A Waterfront the 30th of October from 1 until 3:30 in the afternoon, and it's an exceptional occasion. It's one that you can celebrate. It doesn't cost you a cent, so get down there and join in all the fun, all the celebration, and the reflecting of that beautiful light within you. Nalini, again, thank you so much for joining us. I hope to see you all at the V&A Waterfront, and for now, let's catch up with the team, see what's happening.
Thank you, Raul. Well, you know what? No matter what you are celebrating this weekend, do it in style with these incredible travel deals.
We are going to level up. But the only question is, what do you want out of your holiday? Think about this. So, is it an adventurous day out in the country, maybe? That sounds good. Maybe just a few days of rest and relaxation, even better at this time of the year. Are you looking to learn more about the history of the area, perhaps indulge in the modern approach to wine making, because they've taken a quantum leap forward? And when it comes to the food, are you a luxury kind of a gal, or maybe just local is lekker? Well, whatever you are looking for, the Cape Winelands is amazing, and they celebrate South African hospitality at its finest. Something for everyone, I think.
Oh, and that's very important. And the good news is that MasterCard holders get a whole host of discounts and deals when visiting the Cape Winelands in Stellenbosch, Franschhoek and Constantia. So go visit priceless.com/travel in South Africa. You can do that today and choose any of these experiences that your heart desires. All of these offers are valid until the 31st of December, so you've got plenty of time to treat yourself and perhaps even plan a full family getaway. You absolutely deserve it. In fact, the family deserves it. You all deserve it.
We deserve it. Come on.
Oh, you can make my day.
Dad, I hope you're ready. We've got to go. Guys! Okay, guys, come on, come on.
We connect all of Mzansi so that everyone can be more of what they're made of. Live your Munati.
It is your feel-good breakfast show indeed. Well, for thousands of years, Mehndi has been used as a form of body art. In the Hindu tradition, Mehndi is a ritual for beautification and can be applied from head to toe. Mehndi is also encouraged in the Muslim tradition as a hair dye or even to beautify the hands. With so many uses for henna, we thought it would be very fitting to invite some Mehndi magicians into studio to showcase its wonders as an art form. We're going to give a feel-good welcome to professional Mehndi artists Asma and Zubaida. It's so great to have you both here. And of course, my hand is empty and ready for any of the beautiful Mehndi that you can apply. Well, I love that both of you are here, but just to give me a little bit more of, what Mehndi means and how it fits into, your culture. Asma, I'm going to start off with you.
I'm going to start so long.
Okay.
Okay, so Mehndi is not just based in the Hindu religion, it's also amongst Muslim communities as well, where we do it when a bride's getting married, we do it on Eid days, and during the Hindu celebrations, they do it on Diwali, or basically just any celebrations that comes up during the course of the year. It fits in as growing up as a kid, you'd always stand in queues at Mehndi evenings and can't wait to get your henna done. And during our culture also, when a girl gets married, they have this special thing where they hide the groom's name in a Mehndi, things like that. So it's things that you always look forward to as a girl. You can't wait to get your Mehndi done one day so that they can hide your husband's name in your hands.
Oh, amazing. Well, I'm actually going to ask you this, Zubaida. I know that there's more than just the beautiful, the visual aspect to a Mehndi. What other benefits are there?
Oh, I know Asma can definitely answer this question better than I do, but I know that Asma said that women in India, they put Mehndi on their feet and hands because it gets so hot there.
Okay.
And because of its cooling properties, it can help cool you down in the heat.
That is incredible. And what else? Are there any other, benefits to having henna?
So there's this, if you wear henna for a long period of time, you'll notice that once the henna fades, there'll still be a stain left behind, which is actually the suntan.
Okay.
So that shows that henna prevents you or basically saves you from the harmful rays of the sun. So it actually acts as like a sunscreen cooling property, but many benefits than just cooling properties.
Well, that is incredible. I had absolutely no idea. Now, I'm looking at all of these patterns here in front of me. Are there any specific meanings to it, or is it more of a free hand, you just go about it, or is there meaning to it?
It depends on what the clients want as well. So some of the pictures that you see in front of you, some of them do have meaning to it, and some of it is just basic art that we basically did from seeing a pattern on a carpet or a portrait on a wall or something. We just try and recreate it. Sometimes the clients come to us and they say they want a butterfly, but they would want a butterfly with like a unicorn. The kids come with all these weird things.
Yes.
So some of the designs would look a bit weird, but it's basically based on the client's vision that we try to bring to life.
Oh.
Sometimes clients want special elements, like one of my clients, she's a doctor, so she wanted a little stethoscope in her henna.
Oh.
And Monstera leaves was special to the relationship, so she incorporated that in her design as well. So it's really all up to the client as well.
All up to the individual. Now, talk me through what you are currently doing here on my wrist.
So I'm currently doing a swirly, technical terms. And then now we're doing some humps, and then we'll be doing some paisleys as well.
Okay. And I love how people do the entire hands, feet, arms, everything. Now, will you be celebrating Diwali this coming up?
We are not Hindu, but we will be celebrating with our clients.
Okay, okay. Oh, fantastic. And if people want to get a hold of you, where can they get in touch so that they can also have some Mehndi applied?
Instagram, social media, our websites as well. You can search Cape Town Mehndi Artist and Henna by Zubaida.
Well, there we go. Thank you, ladies, for joining me today. Of course, they're going to continue doing this, and I'll be having this on my arm. My arm quite a while. That looks beautiful. Oh, absolutely incredible. Well, we are going to be celebrating Diwali throughout the show today, so stay tuned to your Feel Good Breakfast show. Oh, I really love this, ladies. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, Mehndi, check. Sweet treats. Coming right up, why don't you try your hand at these very tasty naan khatai biscuits for an added sweet touch to your Diwali celebrations. They are literally melt in your mouth, and they are guaranteed to have everybody coming back for more. That being said, there might not be more, so you're going to have to make more if people want more, because these are so good. You don't understand the level of self-control that I've had to use pacing up and down this kitchen. I've been like a tiger in a zoo, just like, oh, looking at a goat over there. Like, come on, man. You don't understand. These look amazing. Clementine,
Yeah.
How are you? How are you, guy?
I'm so good. How are you?
I'm even better now hearing you say that.
Man.
Do you know why? When I walked in here, I was like, gee whiz, that looks like a fortified dough right there.
It is, seriously.
It's got some butter.
It's the business.
So there is a way that we approach these particular kind of sweet treats. When it comes to the baking, what's the vibe and the principle here? I'm guessing the ghee has a lot to do.
So, you know, we add butter to pastries because it gives it that richness. You know, like a little cheeky smile on my face. Because ghee does that, and it does it with a little bit of attitude as well. So you really get that butteriness and flavor. And that's what I find a lot in Indian treats. When it says there's a flavor in there, you don't have to kind of look for it.
For sure.
It comes through. So we're going to definitely replicate.
Do you know what it is, man?
It's a flavor bazooka.
It is,
And
my friend.
We need to get like a little sound bite, and then cameraman Petey's going to shake the camera.
No, you can't be doing that.
Let's just practice. Cameraman Petey, when
I'm going to shoot you with the flavor bazooka. Whoa, sorry, there was a bit too much flavor in that.
That was
one.
amazing.
Sorry.
Okay, too much fun. We're here to actually cook. Okay.
And we're going to bake something absolutely delicious, guys. This looks amazing. Okay, so we start with
the ghee.
The ghee.
So you get your ghee into a bowl. We've got some sugar in here already.
Okay.
Just like with your cream butter and sugar, you're going to do the same thing with the ghee and the sugar. Okay, so we're going to get that going.
And the ratio here, there's a lot of ghee.
There's a lot of ghee. There's a lot of ghee. And you know what you should also do? First step of when you make this recipe, when you use your electric hand mixer, plug it in. Plug it in. I promise you, it makes a huge difference. Okay, so just like the butter, we're going to try and soften the butter, incorporate that sugar with it, get it all together. A little bit of cream also went in here. And the same thing, you want it light, pale, and fluffy.
Fluffy, okay.
Get it in there. Good.
And that really is the markers where you see that blonde starting to lighten.
That's it.
It gets really...
And you know what that blonde is? It's air.
Oh,
and you want the air, so do you want me to pass this to you?
Okay.
You want the air in there. That's going to give it texture, it's going to give it lightness, it's going to give it that crunch and that buttery, like
You can see that already, look at that. Yeah.
It's actually quite something.
Wow,
Because
okay.
ghee, for me, has a beautiful scent as well. And you can smell that. Can you smell it? It's got this like...
Wow, yeah. It smells like a farm, bro. That smells like I've just walked through a dairy farm.
Okay, that looks beautiful. And I'm going to show the viewers how quickly that just like changed color and texture.
And you can see the air.
You
can see the aeration.
This, absolutely. So to that, this is our dry element, our dry ingredients. Wet-ish.
Wet, done,
I'm gonna
okay.
make it dry. So I got some flour. We're going to go in with some bicarb and some baking powder. And then we got some semolina. Semolina is really great because it adds a bit of texture. Not just flour. You got a little bit of like almost like, what is that texture in the background?
Yeah, slightly more granular, but
Yes.
it's going to, I'm guessing, for something that looks so risen and light, it's going to have a bit of density. So in the center there, you want that chewiness. That,
Exactly.
that lovely...
Cardamom, okay? Cardamom powder. So we're familiar with the green cardamom pods or black cardamom pods. This is the ground version.
Okay.
Beautiful scent. So we're going to add some of... We're going to add some of that. But again, don't be shy with it. You actually want to taste it in there, but also don't overdo it because cardamom
will overpower.
A little bit goes a long way.
way.
So this, I'm going to eyeball this to about 2 teaspoons.
Okay.
1.
Okay, and you can obviously find the ratios and ingredients on expressoshow.com. And you kind of know the vibe. But I think if you're going to do this and you're going to give it such a particular flavor profile, go for it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, so we're going to add some of our dry ingredients into the wet and start folding that through. What I've got for you is I've got some dark chocolate, which I've malted. I'm going to ask you just to add some of the slivered almonds to it.
Okay.
But, I mean, you can play around. You can add some pistachios to that, add your favorite nut to that.
Ooh, a pistachio, I think, with the cardamom. That'll be beautiful.
That'll be really, really good.
Yeah. Okay, and then with this...
You got, okay.
Drizzle.
So what I've done is I've made the dough, rolled them out. Kelly made these for us so beautiful this morning.
Our foodie team is on fire
They
today.
are.
They are
Today, of all
just
days, they're
dropping
just
it
next
like it's
level.
hot.
So what we've done is roll them with a little ball, press them down gently, like give them a little signature with a little bit of the almond in there.
Indentation in the middle, yeah.
Bake them, and now we're gonna get creative with it. So you can decide whether you want to kind of like roll the biscuit in it, get like a little chocolate on the side.
Okay, I'll do
on the top.
I'll do one of each. How's that?
Oh, absolutely. I don't feel like there's a wrong way to do this.
I think just in celebration of this beautiful meal, Ryle is going to be looking absolutely beautiful. I think he's having his Mehndi done right now. I don't know if we can have a look. Oh, look at him.
Cool, Ryle.
Hey?
Oh, that's so cool.
Our resident male schmodel, looking absolutely gorgeous.
Gee, you're doing such a good job, man.
Okay, look, it's a little bit rustic, but I think that is awesome. Oh, I lost my arm.
Where did you lose? An arm.
Lost an
You know
almond,
what?
sorry.
That's why we've got extra almonds for you.
Okay.
So the dough's going to be a little crumbly. Okay, and that's what you want. Let it rest for a little bit, and that's when you can start molding it without it breaking. So, but at this stage, it looks dry. I promise you, it will come together.
It's all right. Okay.
I like your creative license. It's the one's like quite...
One's quite rustic and the other one's even more rustic.
And the other one's more rustic.
But I'm thinking this one, you adorn it with a bit of the gold leaf there, take it to a whole different level.
And I love that gilding things. I reckon these are extra pretty for Diwali. The gold leaf is an absolute must, or gold dust.
This chocolate alone is exquisite, so I think the dark chocolate definitely the way to go for me here.
How many Engels?
Ooh, wow, look, I mean, we had 9 Engels dancing around yesterday. Well, let me taste it.
Oh, of course, you got to taste it first.
And then I'll see. Ooh-wee. Which one do I even start with? I suppose I've got to go...
That's always a good sign when someone walks up to it, and then that's the word to say.
Okay, let's see.
I like that you can make them smaller as well. But I mean, that's a G-size biscuit.
8 Engels.
8 Engels, hey.
Op my tong gedans.
Wow, G, I'm happy. I am happy.
That is absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to put that right there. My word. If you want this, and actually a whole host of amazing Diwali inspiration at the moment, you can go to woolworths.co.za. They've got some incredible ingredients to be able to create your own sweet treat feast at the moment. And of course, you can go into store, find inspiration, get onto the app, find inspiration, but I really suggest that you try your hand at something like this. It's going to make you feel like an absolute champion. Beautiful stuff. I think I need more. Wow.
Welcome back. It is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso on S3, and it's starting to feel a lot like Diwali. This year, this holy festival is about celebrating new beginnings and the triumph of light over darkness that will take place on Monday, the 24th of October. And here to show us how to set the ultimate Diwali table is food blogger at the Tokka blog, Mehndi. It's so great to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
So how will you be celebrating Diwali this year?
You know, Diwali is my most favorite holiday of the year, and I love spending it with my most favorite people, my family. We love going around just spoiling our friends and family with delicious food and gifts and decorating our whole house with beautiful candles and getting all dressed up.
Oh, and that's the exciting thing, is because millions of people are getting ready to do that, and we are here with the ultimate Diwali table. So talk me through this beautiful setting. I'm loving what I'm seeing.
Okay, so I decided to go a little bit neutral, of course, Diwali is the festival of lights, so we have lots of candles here, and they all smell so divine as well. And I decided to go with these beautiful blue plates. I think that they're so unique. And if you're like me and you love adding textures, then definitely these beautiful placemats as well.
These placemats are gorgeous, and I love the neutral tones you've gone for and bringing the blues that will just add that little bit of pop of color.
I think like adding the neutrals as well just allows everything else to pop on the table. And of course, every Diwali table should have a touch of gold. So we have these beautiful gold vases and of course, beautiful flowers.
And we've gone with fresh flowers. And you mentioned the gold, but what's quite cool about these candles is I love the stained glass that it comes through, and it also almost adds that feeling of gold, and to get the one in blue that also then matches the plates that you've selected. And you know what, when it comes to Diwali, what are your must-haves on the table?
My must-haves, of course, Diwali, Festival of Light, lots and lots of candles, lots of clay lamps around the house and on the table, beautiful flowers for the just beautiful pop of color. I think it just brings the whole table to life. And of course, beautiful serveware. I mean, we spend such a long time creating the perfect menu. You want beautiful serveware to serve your guests with.
Oh, well, listen, I think with this look, you're going to have a fantastic Diwali.
Absolutely.
And Mehndi, it's so great to have you here. And of course, all of these things are available for you. You can shop it at Woolworths. It's in-store, online, as well as on the Woolies app. This is beautiful. So if someone wants to go a little bit more out there and break away from the traditional neutral tones, how would you recommend, or what would you suggest for them to change up?
Change up. Well, I would definitely go ahead with like splashes of color with our clay lamps, beautiful clay lamps. Of course, I do love these candles though, because they also have a beautiful fragrance about them. So.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Now, if I want to wish someone a happy Diwali, is that just something you say, or is there a beautiful or the correct term of wishing someone?
Yeah, I think happy Diwali is just perfect on its own.
Okay. Okay. Well, Mehndi, thank you so much for joining us today, showing us this beautiful table. And I'm going to say to you, happy Diwali for Monday.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Here we go. Mehndi showing us the perfect table ahead of Diwali.
Oh, thank you so much, ladies. Let's inspire you right now. And I think Indian yogi Paramahansa Yogananda said it best, beautifully, in fact. Let my soul smile through my heart, and my heart smile through my eyes, that I may scatter rich smiles in sad hearts. I absolutely love that. And in the spirit of Hopetober, Adcock Ingram OTC, officially the sponsors of Brave, continue to spread hope in South Africa and give our lucky viewers, of course, the opportunity of winning 2,000 Rand daily, of course, for the entire month of October. And this week, all you have to do is share what hope means to you.
Yeah, simple as that. And of course, we have another lucky winner this morning. So can I get a drum roll, please? And a big congratulations to... Yay, Shanti Ramdas!
Hey, congratulations, Shanti!
Another winner! Now, Shanti wrote the following, and I absolutely love it. She says it means being positive in every circumstance. Having faith tells us that there's a season for everything under heaven. And, of course, using the hashtag Hopetober and sponsors of Brave. And believe it or not, we've got her on the line right now. Let's chat to Shanti and see how she's doing. Hello, hello, good morning. How are you doing? Are you there?
Good morning, ma'am.
How are you doing, Shanti?
I'm super excited. And how are you?
I think myself and Gio are just ecstatic. You're another winner, yes!
Congratulations, you've won the money. Thank you so much for writing such a beautiful message. We've loved spreading hope. So many people have highlighted a similar notion to you, that despite our circumstances, positivity is a choice. How do you stay positive? How do you keep being that beacon of light for your family?
Hi, good morning. I plan my day ahead, and I bring in a lot of faith. I put in hope in my children, make sure they start in a positive mode, make sure they pray before they leave home. That's the same with my husband as well. I make sure I pray before he leaves home, giving him hope and faith for the day, making sure that each day is made the best of the day.
Love that.
Absolutely love that. Now, this is something I see you obviously doing, and it's clearly working. But maybe you have some advice for the rest of Mzansi. I mean, what do you think the rest of us can do to spread hope to those around us, especially during Hopetober?
Okay, hope is for women. And my advice to them is to live each day your life, live them, make precious memories every day.
Yeah. I love that. Live life to the fullest. Make the most of it.
Make those precious memories. I don't know if we've got Shanti on the line still, but I've got to ask you, what are you going to spend the money on? You got $2,000 coming your way. What are you going to spend your prize money on?
Okay, normally I am a very volunteering person. I like doing fundraising. So majority of the money will be spent on fundraising. I will be doing some sponsorship. And I will also use some of the money for my family.
I love it. You deserve it. They deserve it.
Yeah.
Thank you
Absolutely
so much.
love your heart, your compassion. And I think you're the reason why the light is shining bright within you and a lot of those around you. So thank you so much. And happy Diwali as well. Hope you're having an incredible week so far.
Thank you. Thank you.
Always hold on to hope and spread it to those who need it most. In fact, everyone around you. And if you, like Shanti, want to win our next lucky 2,000 Rand, it could be yours, courtesy of Adcock Ingram OTC, the sponsors of Brave. All you've got to do, look out for the weekly competition question, and you can find it on our Expresso Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram pages. And of course, don't forget that hashtag Hopetober and hashtag sponsors of Brave. Well done, Shanti.
Yeah.
Hopetober is a month of hope, brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave, inspiring communities one pharmacy at a time.
Revlon color stay matte like crayon. Play it up. Bold matte color goes on as easy as a crayon. Feels barely there. Super soft, 12 rocket poppin' shades. New Revlon color stay matte like crayon. Wanna play?
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked. In celebration of Diwali, we are chatting to Bollywood dance troupe extraordinaire Tare ahead of the Festival of Lights. Now, the dancers specialize in genres that range from Indian classical dance styles of Bharatanatyam, I hope I'm saying that right, and Kathak to hip-hop even, and of course the increasingly popular dance styles of Bollywood and Indian folk. And with us to chat more about this amazing group of people is artistic director. It is Anish Valodia. Thank you so much for joining us again. Great to catch up with you. First of all, how are you? Obviously an exciting time of the year for you guys. How is the family doing?
We are all well, thank you. Yeah, it's a busy time, but an exciting time. Also looking forward to summer. So it's a good time of the year.
It really is, and I think a lot of people are wanting reasons to feel positive and feel that hope this October, around this time of the year. I've got to ask you, because it feels like this is quite an important time for you guys, 10 years into your journey. Where did this idea, this dream first begin?
Yes, so Tare celebrates its 10th anniversary this year, and basically we started out very informally with just a bunch of friends getting together once a week to basically dance together and just pursue their passion. And then we saw that there was a need for Indian dance performances, both in the traditional sphere as well as the contemporary sphere. And yeah, so then we saw that there was a need to produce professional performances, and we were lucky to be blessed with opportunities that really made us take responsibility for this and present performances that allow dancers to engage and really use their potential and their talents, and at the same time contribute to the enrichment of the community. And 10 years down the line, we have been lucky to do several productions and performances to diverse audiences that have appreciated the Indian performing arts.
You've made a mark here, and it's a responsibility, I know. You're leaning on the shoulders of generations of incredible artists who have carried this forward.
Absolutely.
How proud are you of this troupe, of what you've been able to do as the custodians of your culture?
I think Indian dance as an art form is really beautiful, but beyond the actual form of dance, it allows us to really engage with cultural aspects such as language and music and attire. And Indian dance then becomes all-encompassing of this, and for us to be able to engage and maintain a richer link with our culture makes us very proud, and the fact that we are able to share this with different communities as well is really an honor.
And especially taking into context, or putting it into context, that South Africa has such a strong Indian community. And I love the fact that you are able to connect to your roots in this way and actually live it. Not just appreciate it and learn about it, but actually experience it and live it. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. Adding to that, it's all been virtual for the longest time. I know you guys have still been able to create these amazing spectacles, but how excited are you to be connecting with the people, to have live, real shows to do and audiences to appreciate you?
It's been very thrilling. It's been amazing for our dancers to feel that adrenaline, to feel that euphoria, and to be able to connect with dance. Dance is a live performance art.
Definitely.
And to experience that shared, those shared moments, with the audience and dancers being in one space, it's really helped us to appreciate dance and dance as a performance art.
Completely. And there's something, I think, with music and with all art forms, but with music and dance particularly, there's an opportunity to process grief and to see hope, to process emotions and find that positivity, to feel the elation when you're moving. What is your message of hope? We are trying to spread as much hope as we can over October. What is your message of hope?
I think to start off with, I think we need to believe in ourselves. I think once we believe in our skills and our talents, we are able to share that with others. And through sharing, we are able to provide hope for a better future.
I absolutely love that. Well, thank you so much for bringing your incredible troupe here today. We cannot wait to see performances, but we're going to get into the fashion. And of course, we are getting into the food as well. That's going to continue. It is so good to have you here, Anesh. Thank you so much for bringing your incredible team with you. You are going to be in for a treat this morning. It is a dance spectacular headed your way as we continue our move towards the celebration of light.
Well, the celebrations continue, especially with your voice notes. Now, our number is 0634088863. And this was what we asked you this morning about how will you be celebrating Diwali, the Festival of Lights. And let's take a look at what are some of your must-have Diwali treats. So on social media, Teresa said, "Good morning, my beautiful family. Looking forward to Diwali treats. Love you tons. Stay blessed." And of course, if you would love to weigh in, do send us a voice note, perhaps even comment on the Facebook page, and we do have beautiful voice notes that we would love to play. That number is 0634088863. And as you can see, I still have my beautiful henna on my hand, on my arm. I don't know so much about Raul. We'll need to check in with him on how he's doing, but I do know that he's been a little bit busy with the hands, but it's still so beautiful. We still have so much coming up on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Let's quickly catch up with your morning headlines. Here is Ryle.
Yeah, thank you so much. So I completely forgot about what was on my hand and it got a bit smudged, so I had to wash it off, unfortunately. But it was a beautiful piece. I wish it stayed on, but I'll remember for next time. Of course, though, it's just about to head on to the hour. But for now, it's time to kick off with our national duties once again. And starting off with national news headlines, one of these 7 prisoners who escaped from a prison in Makanda yesterday has been re-arrested. Now, the Zimbabwean Simba Masinga was in custody for rhino poaching, and he was arrested again in Bloemfontein. And police have warned that the prisoners should not be approached. Instead, police must be contacted. Now, the escapees include 1 person charged with murder and 5 Zimbabwean nationals either imprisoned for or facing rhino poaching charges. Now, a spokesperson for the police, Tembinkosa Kinana, said the fugitives are considered dangerous. Now, next up in our national news headlines, the Reserve Bank has seized the assets of the former chief executive of Steinhoff, Marcus Joost, in terms of an order from the Western Cape High Court. Now, the assets are valued at some 1.4 billion rand, and they include a house, Joost's interest in the Landsraak wine farm, and other movable assets of the Silver Oak Trust, of which he is a beneficiary. Now, he's also linked to the collapse of Steinhoff due to alleged accounting irregularities, and he has 15 days to lodge objections. Now, from our national news headlines, we head over to international news fronts. Now, listen to this. 1,162 towns and villages across the Ukraine remain without power after massive Russian attacks in recent days. Now, an emergency services spokesperson said more than 70 people had been killed in rocket and drone strikes since the 7th of October. Now, many of Ukraine's power stations have been destroyed in the past 8 days, and parts of the capital, Kiev, have no power and water after new strikes yesterday. Now, after suffering a series of humiliating defeats on the battlefield, Russia has stepped up attacks in recent weeks on electricity infrastructure in cities away from the front lines. Now, next up in our international news headlines, an announcement by the presidency's office promoting a deceased general has caused some hilarity and confusion in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Now, people have been tweeting clips of the announcements, which with many are wondering how exactly the error occurred. Now, General Floribert Kisembo Bahamuka died in 2011 during an operation, but on Monday, his name was on a list of military leaders due to retire or be promoted by President Felix Tshisekedi. Now, the presidency announced later that, and quote, a data operator was due to blame for the error. Well, on a lighter note, when I leave you with something quite remarkable, an 86-year-old bodybuilder. Yes, that's correct, 86 years old. He's now broken his own record as the oldest person to compete in championships. I mean, look at the body on him. Toshisuke Kanazawa recently participated in the 68th edition of Japan's men's bodybuilding championships in Osaka, and he didn't make the final, but said, and quoted, "I hope I can reach the hearts of others when they see me take on a challenge challenge even in old age, unquote. Yo, what a statement. Now, Kanazawa started bodybuilding at the age of 20 and won the Japan Championships for the first time when he was 24. At the age of 34, he retired, but at 50 years old, decided to make a comeback to encourage his wife, who was prone to illness. Now, Kanazawa finished second in the 34th edition of the Japan Masters Championship held in Hokkaido in August. And he said, and quoted, "It's important to take on challenges no matter how old you are. I wish to compete until I'm 90 years old, and I'd like to be an example to other grandpas and grandmas in the world by living healthy until 100 years old." Well, I'm definitely inspired. I'm going to go hit the gym now. For now, though, it's time to look at the rest of the headlines. Here's the G-Man with the latest when it comes to sport.
Thank you so much. Well, let's start with some rugby, and I think we can start getting excited for the year-end tour. It's around the corner. The Springboks will begin their preparations for that outgoing tour to the Northern Hemisphere on Sunday with a 3-day training camp in Stellenbosch, where 26 players are set to assemble. So the group includes 17 South African-based players and then 9 who are currently plying their trade out in Japan, but all 26 players forming part of that Springbok coach Jacques Nienaber's original squad that participated in the incoming series against Wales and the Rugby Championship. So the Boks will play 4 tests on the road on consecutive Saturdays next month against Ireland, France, Italy, and then our old foes, England. And bringing it back home for football from yesterday's action, Orlando Pirates claiming a comfortable 2-0 win over Lamontville Golden Arrows. And that win saw the Buccaneers now move up to 4th spot on the league standings ahead of their all-important MTN 8 semi-final second leg clash against Mamelodi Sundowns this coming Saturday. Then SuperSport riding high. They made it 3 wins on the trot and brushed aside Stellenbosch FC 2-0 to move to the top of the standings. Jamie Webber and Bradley Grobler with the goals in that one. Then Chippa United continued their resurgence in the league as they beat Sekhukhune United 1-0 to make it 4 wins in a row. A little bit further afield, but staying with footy, Crystal Palace came from 1-0 down to beat Wolves 2-1 for their first win of the season. Adama Traore putting the visitors in front before Eberechi Eze equalised just after half-time. Then the man of the moment, Wilfred Zaha, does what he does. He netted what proved to be the winner in the 70th minute. And elsewhere, Brighton and Nottingham Forest, they played out to a 0-0 draw. And of course, we've got a lot to look forward to tonight. The action continuing with Chelsea away to Brentford. Liverpool will host West Ham and Newcastle will tackle Everton. The standout clash is at Old Trafford, where Man United will host the high-riding Spurs. Then we bring it back to local shores once again for cricket, and Proteas ODI opener Yanaman Milan struck a breezy 60 off 43 balls to power the Rocks to a 5-wicket victory over Western Province. That was in their CSA T20 Challenge Division 1 clash yesterday. Milan and Clyde Fortuin putting together a match-winning 95-run partnership for that 3rd wicket to ensure a pretty comfortable win for the defending champions as they eased through to 159 for 5. Then elsewhere, Lightning forced the abandonment of the match between the Warriors and the Knights, sadly. The 2 teams will now share the points as a result, but great to see the competition up and running and providing the fireworks. And that's where we leave our sport for this hour. We'll hopefully touch on them again at around 8 o'clock. Let's see how the roads are looking before we send you off to work. Let's dive right in with our traffic and start in Braveview down in the Mother City. There is a stationary vehicle on the N2 outbound. That's after the Broadlands Road. The left lane is currently closed. Please approach that area with caution. Moving to Kuruspoort in Pretoria, there is a stationary truck on the N1 southbound after Proefplaas interchange. You can have a look there. The left lane now has been affected. Please drive carefully in the area. Then moving to Newlands in KZN, there are roadworks on southbound end of the Queen Nandi Drive off-ramp. You can expect delays in this area this morning, so please try to use an alternative route if you can. That's how the roads are looking. Stay safe out there. Let's get into the weather. Let's give you a bit of a global weather perspective first. And the worst flooding, in fact, in Nigeria in a decade has now claimed some 600 lives, destroyed more than 200,000 homes, and forced an estimated 1.3 million people to flee. One of the biggest disasters in recent memory, and our government has blamed the ongoing disaster on extreme rainfall and the climate crisis, as well as dam releases related to the heavy precipitation. Climate change makes severe rainfall events more likely, in part because Warmer air contains more moisture. The National Emergency Management Agency Director General Mustafa Habib Ahmed said the scale of the flood disaster across the country was colossal. The visuals speak words. Now, flooding is present in 27 of Nigeria's 36 states. However, some of the worst is in the state of Kogi. Now, satellite images shared by NASA a few days ago showed the Niger and Benue rivers swamping the state's capital of Lokoja. And the government's 2020 climate change dossier predicted that the country would see even more flooding as waters warm in the future. Then from floods, we head on over to take another look at those sunrise views. Thank you so much to all of you who sent them in this morning. Let's start with Marianne from Aberdeen in the Eastern Cape, showcasing the subtle sunrise from her home before heading out to work. Thanks for connecting. Azalea out in Pearly Beach captured this stunning view of the beach. Pearly indeed, showing off a beautiful reflection over the ocean. And Selvin Pillay sent his gracious shot of the sun sneaking through the gap in the rocks whilst on holiday in Ograbis National Park. Love that part of the world. And last up, we've got our regular Nancy Govender snapping this perfect shot from luscious green grass to bold pink hues before stepping out onto the soft stand, of course, to take her morning stroll. And I hope you say good morning to her if you see her. Thank you so much, Nancy. And everyone, please keep sharing your sunrise images and videos. We love to see them. 0634088863 is the WhatsApp line to use. Well, let's see what temperatures we've got in store for you on this hump day. Let's start in Polokwane, where your low is 13, going up to a high of 28. And then Bombela, 16 and 29, your range with a slight chance of rain there. Pretoria, 15 and 25, also a 40% chance of rain. Johannesburg, you've got a 61% chance of rain, a low of 13 and a high of 24. And we continue to move through that neck of the woods. Mahikeng, 16, your low going up to 27, bit of a chance of rain there as well. Likewise, a 55% chance of rain in Klerksdorp, where your low is 16, going up to 28. Kimberley ranging between 18 and 30 degrees today. Bloemfontein, 14 and 28. Richards Bay, 21 and 27. Pietermaritzburg, a bit of a 56% chance of rain, in fact, with a 16 low and a 27 high. Durban ranging between 21 and 27. Mthatha, 17 and 27. East London, your low 21, going up to 27 degrees as well. Craddock, 16 is your low, going up to 30. In Gqeberha, 20 is where you kickstart your day, going up to a nice 27. Similarly, in George, 15 and 27, your range for the day. In the Mother City, your low 12, going up to a high of 24. Worcester, 11 and 34 degrees. Then Sutherland, slight drop, 11 your low, going up to 27 degrees with a slight chance of rain. And then Uppington, your low, again, 20, you're already up and running, and then a high of 34. So please just look after yourself out there. But as we always say, regardless of the weather, have a beautiful day. And if it's too hot outside, stay inside and do your fitness.
How many excuses you're going to make?
0.
That's also the amount of sugar in the new Energade Zero sports drink.
Yeah, no matter the weather, whether you're inside or outside, it doesn't matter. Now listen to this, summer's around the corner, and we have a workout in store for you this morning that you're going to absolutely love. Now, it's perfect for anyone who battles to even get up in the morning. It's knee-friendly, since there's no jumping involved, and it's really short and sweet. It's a home workout exactly how we like it, so no equipment needed whatsoever. And here's a helpful tip on top of it. Do it first thing in the morning, because you can do most of it while pretty much still lying down in bed. So you've got no excuse, no equipment needed whatsoever. Myself and Zoe are going to show you just how easy this one is.
You had me at knee-friendly.
Especially after the weekend.
So sensitive.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. I must say I'm so proud of you, Zoe. What you did was phenomenal. Seeing you out there as well, running while I was hyping on at that 32 mark, I was like, there's still another 10 Ks to go. This is not an easy race, but you did it, eh?
I did it, and now I'm about to do a workout with you, which will be the first since running, so I am a bit on the stiff side.
Don't worry, we got you sorted, right? Mzansi, this is your chance to join in on us, join in on this workout as well. So everything that we're going to be doing is going to last 20 seconds, right?
Okay.
So it's not necessarily about just doing as much as you can in the 20 seconds. It's more about the quality that you can get within those 20 seconds.
Okay.
We've got various exercises that we're going to go through, and it's kind of going to incorporate the core, incorporate our arms, our legs as well. But on top of that, it's going to work out to like a 5-minute workout. So it's really quick and easy, all right? So Mzansi, here's your chance. You can stay on the bed for this one if you want and use the bed. Otherwise, Zoe and I are going to get straight down into it. We're going to go down into something called a leg raise, okay? So this is quite a tricky one, quite a tough one to start off with. And essentially what we're going to be doing is supporting our weight on the, while raising our hips off the ground. Yeah, so already this is a tough one. Just being in this position, you can hold this for 20 seconds. But if you want more of a challenge, you can start raising that leg on the outside, and you can feel your body's going to start wanting to wobble all over the show. You might find yourself struggling a little bit, but this is essentially what you want to do, is raise that leg up in the air. If it's really difficult for you, but you want to get the leg raise in, you can lower your hip onto the ground and do the exact same thing. Still focusing on the leg raise, still getting a good accentuation and the stimulation of those glutes at the same time, and working those hips, because our pelvic girdle is so important, especially for running. So this is something you'll definitely benefit from. Once you're done with that, you simply head over to the other side for another 20 seconds, and then voila, the first stage is already done, all right? From there, we're going into a plank, all right? Okay. So we kind of worked the pelvic girdle. Now we're going straight into a plank. So this one's nice and easy. Zoe's going to show you the hard version. I'll show you the easier version, which is straight off my knees right now. And for 20 seconds, essentially, you're going to be holding this, keeping a nice neutral spine. Keep your elbows rested underneath your shoulders as well. And then you're essentially going to feel 20 seconds of burn, hopefully in the core region over there, which is close to the tummy. All right, from here, your next 20 seconds is going to be mountain climbers. So you can go straight onto your hands for this one. And essentially what you want to do, don't worry about speed for this one. What's important is that we try and get our knees to touch our elbows. So you can march it out by letting the knees touch the elbows, and you'll feel a good stimulation of the core while you're doing this one. But if you want to step it up and you're feeling like this is really easy, then what you can do is start speeding up those 20 seconds and almost create somewhat of a running motion with it as well. So that's going to force good stimulation of the shoulders, supporting you at the same time. Back to legs, okay, so we're getting the body and the blood to keep pumping into our leg raises. So again, for this one, you're going to be lying down on your bed, on the couch, whatever you have at home. It doesn't matter. You don't need any equipment whatsoever. Some people like to use their hands just to kind of support them so the legs don't fly all over the show. But essentially all you're doing is raising your legs in the air, keeping them nice and straight. You're only going to about 45 degrees and then lowering it very slowly. And this is really important. Try and make sure your heels don't touch the ground, and you're repeating this movement for 20 seconds. Like I said, don't speed it up. It's all about quality over quantity. I'm pretty much shaking on the way down for this one, so it's quite tough. And if you do want to make it a little bit easier, you can sort of have a bend in your legs as well. That kind of just reduces the weight slightly and then allows you to still just slightly touch the ground. Don't rest your feet. Keep that stimulation of the core, and you will feel the burn. You do feel burn. Yeah. So we work the front area of the core right now. We're going to do something that does the exact same thing, but on the posterior chain, which is the back area. We're going to do something called the Superman, which is a really weird movement for some, but it's such a good one because it's going to work all the posterior chain muscles, so that's your glutes, your back, and everything else. So lying, having your hips pressed into the ground right now, you essentially want to assume that Superman position when he flies, right? So he flies in the air, shoo, but he has great form when he flies, so he lifts up his legs and you lift up your hands at the same time, right? So 3, 2, 1, we fly in the air. You gotta hold that. See if you can hold it for 20 seconds in total, extending your hands far out as you can. Try not to have too much of a bend in it. Keep your feet off the ground, and essentially you'll feel stimulation in the lower back, squeezing those glutes. Your upper back should be feeling it as well as your shoulders, just by holding in that position. And look at me, I can't even talk properly. How are you doing this, huh?
I'm surviving. I am surviving.
All right, so we'll pretend we've done 20 seconds of that one.
Superman on the floor.
It always gets me, but it's such a good one to get that balance in the body, especially. We don't have to do too much from this position. We're going to go onto our knees. I hope you guys are paying attention to this. This is like a full workout in one.
I feel like you need to put this online. This is a good workout.
This is a good workout. Definitely, hopefully we can arrange for that. We'll try to get this workout online because I think it's so encompassing of the entire body. We're going to do something called fire hydrants right now. So in this sort of crawl position, knees on the ground, supporting our shoulders. You take your left leg and you literally raise it without changing the bend in your knee all the way to the side, just like Zoe's doing right now, and then bring it straight back to that restart position. You're kind of targeting the glute med, which is a really good muscle and a great muscle for runners especially. And again, you want to do 20 seconds of each on both sides for this one.
And this is also a great workout to add a resistance band.
Oh yeah, feeling up for the challenge, you can add a resistance band in between this, and it really does bring on that absolute burn. And that essentially, once you've done both sides, is completed our workout. So left side, right side, 20 seconds of that, and you've got a round of absolute fire. You're probably going to be sweaty, you're probably going to be thirsty, so you can definitely grab yourself an Energy for this one. I love the fact that they haven't included sugar in this. It's a great way to get your electrolytes back and just get rehydrated after losing a lot of those fluids when we work out, when we run, or when we're doing any beautiful activity and moving this vessel that we've been blessed with. And I've got to say, it's obviously important to keep yourself hydrated throughout these workouts as well. So like I said, a fantastic way to get zero sugar in, but still get all your electrolytes together, and especially for those being active at the same time. And yeah, cheers to that. I hope you enjoyed this one. It's for you, Mzansi. You can step up your game with Energy Zero. Zero compromise on taste and performance. And remember, you can also stand a chance to win 2,000 Rand cash. Now, that's a cash prize coming up, and a hamper weekly when you step up your game with Energy Zero. All you got to do is simply reply to the competition post on the Expresso Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram page and tell us what your favorite Energy Zero flavor is. Now, don't forget to include the hashtag #StepUpYourGame in your answer, and of course, follow and tag Energade SA if you're entering on Instagram, and Energade to be tagged if you are entering on Facebook. Now, your competition closes this Friday, 21st of October at midday. T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com. And other than that, sip up, enjoy, and yeah, enjoy the calorie burner. Cheers.
There we go. Cheers.
The number of times you're going to hit snooze. How many excuses you're going to make. And the amount of obstacles that are going to stand in your way.
0.
That's also the amount of sugar in the new Energade Zero sports drink. With zero compromise on taste and performance. Step up your game with new Energade Zero. It's what you put in.
Posh is taking Mzansi on a journey of goodness to unlock your 100%. And this morning, we are joined by an incredible human being, content creator, Vonne Khosinkwe. On video call, she takes us through her journey on unlocking her 100%. Vonne, very good morning. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good, thanks. How are you guys?
We are really good. All the better for connecting with you this morning. And I'm hoping we're going to inspire a lot of people out there to go forward, push and create that opportunity for themselves to unlock their 100%. So you clearly have unlocked your passion for content creation. Where did this journey begin for you? When did it kind of shift from being an interest or a hobby or something that you had an appreciation of for now stepping up to being a very firm focus for you? What was the key to unlock that?
Well, my journey as a content creator started by me just loving to be behind the camera. I enjoy doing photo shoots and just capturing every moment that I'm doing. And I guess that's where content creating came in, and that's just where my love for it came together as one. And yeah, just me loving the camera.
And putting in the work. I think a lot of people forget that in this space, you've got to work hard, you've got to have the tools. And very often, there seems to be a common thread that you need a mentor or someone backing you, someone helping to inspire or unlock those dreams. So who has been your biggest inspiration? One person, many people? How have you found that platform to propel yourself forward?
To be honest, there's so many content creators that I've been looking up to, but I must say Nadia Jafta played quite a big role in this. I mean, I love her content. I love how she stays true to herself, and you can relate to her content. And yeah, I think just for me, seeing that and knowing that, you know what, I can do this as well by applying my own strategy to it, my own love, my own passion and everything into that. So there's really that one person, and it was Nadia Jafta.
Yeah, I mean, and we love her because she's still Jenny from the block, but she is achieving amazing things, and she is just so funny. She has found that balance. So I get you a lot. I mean, we've been inspired by her as well, and I think you've hit the nail on the head. That authenticity is something that you've been able to capture as well with your content. So well done, and thank you for staying true to that. Now, you've obviously already been able to achieve quite a bit, but what is the ultimate career goal here? And I mean, none of us have our full picture mapped out, but for you, the next 5 years, what do they look like for you? What are you wanting to achieve?
The ultimate goal would be to be a successful teacher, to be the teacher that I've always wanted, and to make a difference, even if it's in just one child's life, and also to be an award-winning content creator.
So just keep doing what you're doing and you will get there, guaranteed. This actually feeds into my next question. When you talk about being a teacher, that almost speaks to a calling more than a vocation. It speaks to a deeper resonance within you. If I could ask you this, and it gets asked so often, the word legacy. If you had to think about that, what legacy would you like to leave behind, especially for those trying to unlock their own talents, unlock their own potential?
Work hard for everything that you want in life. I mean, nothing comes easy. And also to be kind, not just to people around you, but also to yourself. Be kind to yourself, take it easy on yourself, and yeah.
That's so true. I mean, we've been having discussions all month around mental health, and you literally have to look at yourself as a different person and a person that is under your care. I absolutely love that. Be kind. So that being said, you've obviously been through some tough lessons. You've had some moments of elation in your journey, and I'm sure you've picked up some great little life hacks along the way. What advice do you have for those trying to pursue the same career, the same dream as you?
Personally, I'll just say never limit yourself in life. Dream big and work hard towards that dream, and nothing that is meant for you can be taken away from you. So what's for you will always be for you, and if you work hard towards that, it is yours. No one can take it away from you if it's God's plan.
I love that. Go and get it, girl. Thank you so much for opening a window into your wonderful world as you start to show more of it to us. We love your content. We love your authenticity. So please just keep doing what you're doing. It's been an absolute pleasure connecting with you this morning. And congratulations on unlocking your 100%.
Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for having me.
Wow, thank you so much again to Vonay for taking us through her inspiring journey on how you can unlock your 100% talent. So your story has the potential to encourage everyone at home to follow their dreams. So we want to hear it. Whether you have a dream of becoming a foodie, an influencer, a singer, an entrepreneur, whatever it takes, Crush is about to help you unlock your 100% with a very exciting new TV show where you could realize your potential and truly unlock those dreams. So Crush wants to hear your stories, and this is exactly how you can enter. Buy any Crush and follow the details on pack. Pretty simple. Then share a video of why you want to unlock your 100% and send it to the Crush WhatsApp line on 082-857-8054 or upload it on the socials tagging @CloverCrush and #Crush as well. Plus, you stand a chance of winning your share of 500,000 rands worth of prizes along the way. So enter now, and Crush could be making your dreams come true on their brand new, very exciting TV show. Let's unlock your 100%.
Crush is about to unlock your 100%. On this exciting new TV show, you can realize your potential and live your dreams.
I dream of cooking in a 5-star restaurant.
I dream of singing to the world.
Buy any Crush and share a video of why it should be you to our WhatsApp line or upload it on our socials, tagging CloverCrush and #Crush. Plus, you stand a chance to win your share of 500,000 rands worth of prizes. Crush, 100% goodness.
Yeah, 100% goodness. I'm so excited for that. And of course, it's time now to unlock our 100% in the kitchen. Yeah, that's what's up. We're talking about delectable treats which come hand in hand with Diwali's celebrations and a chilled, subtly spiced fruit custard, which often makes an appearance special at any occasion. Now, like this one, obviously we're celebrating the Festival of Lights, and we're going to be showing you how quick and easy it is to put this one together. And of course, we have been asking you on our Good Morning Post, what are some of the favorites that you love to include or love to have at your Diwali festival? And this auspicious occasion and time for everybody is what we're trying to get in on the action. And we've actually got a voice note. We've got many voice notes in, but there's one that I want to do announce right now. This one's come through from Prisha. Let's hear what she has to say.
Good morning, Expresso show. I'm Tarika Padavudin. I live in Pietermaritzburg. My favorite Diwali treat is jumbo and jalebis.
Hi, my name is Akshara, and I like jalebi, jumbos, and fireworks.
Oh, jumbos are our favorite there, eh? I love it. And hopefully we can make another favorite here for you, Mzansi. So listen up. Myself and Zoe are going to be putting the Clover Classic to the test, of course, and incorporating it into this recipe. I'm dying to find out how, and Zoe's going to show us exactly how it's done.
Exactly, and it's an easy recipe. So we are using 2 cups of our Clover Classic custard.
All right,
So
and that
we'll
already
add
is
that.
like a hero ingredient on its own. I mean, it's so good, it's so sweet, its cream is delicious, and it makes for a versatile option to use in any desserts, or I mean, like literally you could just use it on its own. It's the perfect treat to spoil your family with, especially in a classic recipe like this one over here, and it definitely still does have that timeless taste indeed. So, of course, we're going to step this up. We're not just putting it into a bowl this time. We're doing something more with it.
I'm adding it to a little saucepan, and of course, you just want to warm it up on a low heat.
Okay.
And then I'm going to add some ground cardamom.
Oh, yes. Bring those warm, spicy flavors.
Bring those spices in. And then once this is warmed up a little bit, we're going to just fold in some pureed mango that's already pre-prepared for us. And then, Raul, in front of you, you've got some apples that you can dice up. And then this is the fun part where you get to decorate the beautiful custard cup that we present. So we've got some pomegranates, we've got some pistachios, some cashews, as well as some cinnamon sugar, and that will also just add a bit of the spiciness to it.
Some premium decorations we've got here. I mean, if I'm looking at this alone, these are like some superfoods that we're adding to it. Not only just for decoration, but they're literally going to add nutritional value and, of course, add to the taste at the same time. I've got not only apples here, but I was like, why is this apple so soft? This is actually a peach.
Oh.
Nice, so apples and peaches together. I like that.
I just saw the one and I just assumed they were both apples.
But this is pretty cool. I can definitely see how these 2 flavors would actually really enhance this old dish. And I mean, with peaches, and apples together. I mean, you've got that sweetness coming through, you've got that flavor sensation at the same time, and I absolutely love it. I'm just going to try to get around the pip here, which is in the middle. Never known really how to slice a peach.
Oh, I always just start, like, I'll show you an easy way to slice your peach.
Did you learn it from James and the Giant Peach?
No, I did not, but you can, okay, you're doing it that way. I normally just take my knife and then just cut around it.
Ah, okay, just work your way around it and then slice
just
those
work
pieces.
your way around the pip, and then you can just cut those pieces into.
Nice little culinary tip there from Zoe. I like it.
So
How are you doing on your side?
I am folding our mango puree in. The idea of, you know, heating up the custard is just to really get the spices going through, because you also don't want your dish to, you know, some spices that haven't been cooked through or warmed up, they have like that, there's an aftertaste, like a powder,
yes,
powder
100%.
feel to
Or
it.
it's like when you have some sort of a breakfast that hasn't mixed properly, and then you get that cluster lump of like, "Oosh, oh no, that one didn't mix with the milk so well." I see what you're talking
I'm
about.
gonna add
So it's
that
come together
for
quite
us.
perfectly. I can see how it's all mixed in. And simple as this. This is actually not a hard recipe at all, now that you think about it.
Not at all. I'm just trying not to mess too much. I'm going to add this to our cups, and then we get to have some fun with our decorations.
Nice. So I've got my slices all lined up and ready over here. No pip included. And I think you're pretty much done on your side over there. So I can start with my... Well, what goes first, actually? It doesn't really matter.
Oh, no, you can play around.
Okay, let me play around with this one. Grab some peach pieces over there. Get some apple in
Play
as
around
well.
with some of the sauces.
And I guess this is the fun part, right? This is where you can start getting creative, start really going wild with the flavors.
Are you now decorating mine as well?
I'm sorry, Miss. Let me not get in the way. I know how competitive you actually are with yours, so let me not touch your glass.
Oh, we could have been fancy and even just, as you can see there, like do the rim a little bit with like a little bit of water, dipped it into the cinnamon sugar, add some of the cashews to it.
It's like a healthy cocktail, actually, if you think about it. I've gone for the rustic look, though. I don't know what you guys think.
That looks good, no?
Zoe has always been competitive, looking for perfection. But, I mean, I love that. That was fun, that was simple, and I think everybody can get involved in the kitchen for this one. And, yeah, you showed us how simple and how easy this actually is for you, Mzansi. You want to get this recipe? It's quite simple, too. Head over to expressoshow.com and start celebrating the Festival of Light. Cheers.
Cheers. So, we've had classic fashion from Timby, classic cars, thanks Chad, and we've seen classic hairstyles. And you, Michael? Classic.
A classic range from Clover. Timeless taste.
Made with love by Clover.
welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast show. Now, in celebration of our theme today, we'll be chatting about the staple Diwali fashion pieces. Now, scarves are a simple accessory that could be used to add charm to your outfit or enhance your stylish saris. Now, what is Diwali without the outlandish and exquisite traditional wear? Well, joining us this morning to take us through the multiple ways in which you could style your scarves and saris this Diwali is founder of Anesh Valodia, joining us this morning. I'm so excited for this, but I think before we get into the different ways on how to style your scarves, what is the difference between a scarf and a sari?
So a sari is a garment that is 6 meters long, and together with a blouse and a petticoat, it forms the outfit itself. Whereas a scarf is shorter in length. It will be about 2 meters or 2.5 meters long, and that usually accompanies an existing outfit, a top or a pants or a blouse or a skirt.
Okay. So they are completely different, even in lengths. Now, I know that scarves are a very important part of Indian attire. Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Yes. So scarves are known as dupattas or ordanis or chunaris, depending on which region of India you come from. And basically, it's an iconic part of Indian attire that allows for personal draping, depending on your style and your vision for your outfit. It is something that brings a lot of grace and elegance to the feminine form.
I love that. Now, can you talk me through the different regions and the different scarves that are there?
Yes. So as you may know, India has many cultures from the different states of India, and each scarf has been traditionally or historically made from different fabrics and different embellishments. So if we were to take, for example, a scarf from Rajasthan, you may see some abla or mirror work with embroidery, and this is typical of that state. Or you may have a bandhani scarf, and bandhani is a sort of tie-dye print from the state of Gujarat. So there we have a Rajasthani
on
dupatta.
The screen right now.
Yes. And if you are from Gujarat, you may opt to wear bandhani, which is a tie-dye print. So different states, so there we have a bandhani outfit that dancer is wearing. So it's very colorful, very festive, and very diverse.
Oh, amazing. I believe we do have more images to talk through the different scarves. Let's have a look at them. Let's see.
So here we have sort of a celebratory function where the ladies are from the state of Punjab and their heads are covered, and you would notice the dupattas or the scarves have a typical gold fringing that is very specific to the state of Punjab.
Okay, and then let's look at the Kashmira next.
Yeah, so this is a headgear that usually has a motif or embellishment at the top of the forehead, and often our heads are covered as a sign of respect or humility, especially during traditional ceremonies.
Okay, now I might be mispronouncing this, but is it a West Bengal?
Yes.
West Bengal?
Yes. So here we have a traditional red and white sari, and red and white are auspicious colors within our culture.
Okay. Let's take a look at the tambour. Do we have that? It's
so so this is from the state of Tamil Nadu, which is the southern part of India, and it's a typical sari that has the check print. And this particular one is quite interesting because it's draped as a half sari, which is more of a contemporary or modern trend, with a flare skirt underneath the actual sari.
So I'm loving the colors I'm seeing, but I also know that there's specific meaning to it. So what do some of the colors represent?
Yes. So as with Western culture as well, colors elicit certain emotions, and with Indian attire, we would want to sort of be in an atmosphere where there's lots of energy and lots of positive emotions. So that also is the reason why our attire is very colorful, because we want to bring different emotions to an event. And so, for example, red is very auspicious. It's significant of abundance. We would want abundance in our lives. We have white, which is also purity. We have yellow and orange, which is like the sun. So that's significant of growth. So all these colors coming together, really exudes a positive environment.
Oh, I love that. That is so beautiful. Anesh, thank you so much for joining us this morning. So when we started the show off, we asked our viewers to share what they are looking forward to when it comes to Diwali, and also, the treats they're looking forward to. So let's take a listen to some of the voice notes that's come through. What are some of those treats you are looking forward to? Let's take a listen.
Good morning, Expresso. My name is Altus Pillay, and my favorite treat for Diwali is barfi, and it's a must.
Oh, well, there we go. It is a must. Absolutely incredible. Let's take a listen to the next one.
Good morning, dearest Expresso team. My favorites for Diwali would be a must: gulab jambu, chana magaj, coconut ice, soji laddus, and there, of course, you have your puri pata, your samosa, spring roll, whatever, poli as well. May you share in this light of lighting up against darkness in this time. Mrs. Nirmala Devi Mudliya from Kumar.
Oh, I love that, mentioning all of the fun and sweet treats. Let's take a listen to what Kathy had to share on our WhatsApp voice note line.
Good morning, Expresso show. This is Kathy Govender from Durban. Simply love your show. It's awesome. I love it. The cooking segments and all the baking recipes. My favorite Diwali treat is chana magaj and barfi. And not forgetting the gulab jamun. Thank you.
Oh, well, thank you. If you would love to weigh in, share those favorite treats you're looking forward to. What are your must-have Diwali treats? Share your voice note with us on 063 408 8863. Anesh, thank you so much for joining us this morning and showing us the different ways to wear a beautiful scarf heading up to Diwali.
Thank you so much, guys. We cannot wait to continue those celebrations. Now, speaking of which, in fact, we've heard that you guys stand the chance of winning a 2,000 Rand shopping voucher.
Oh,
sounds good.
Bring it on.
So shopping from the comfort of your couch is the best thing since sliced bread. And we had some amazing sliced bread on the show yesterday, so that's saying a lot. But it doesn't always end well. We want you to share your worst shopping mishaps or buyer's remorse stories with us and stand that chance of winning a 2,000 Rand Game Stores voucher that hopefully you'll spend well.
I know everybody wants this one. Now, from online sales and midnight sprees to clothing mishaps, you have been delivering hilarious shopping fails. We absolutely love it. So don't forget, we are going to be giving you the chance to win that 2,000 Rand shopping voucher. Simply reply to the competition post on the Expresso Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram page and tell us about your worst shopping mishaps. And of course, they have been coming through thick and fast. We've got a few for you right now. Let's see who's shared some of their stories. I think it's Everentia Padaya Chi says, me and husband went shopping. He bought an air cooler because where we stay, it gets super hot. So we could not wait to get home to try it. Oh my word, what a disappointment only to find out it only cools your face when you sit close.
I'm so sorry, I feel your pain. I actually started sweating as he said that. I love that.
Another one coming through here from Lutfia Gabrielle, and she says, of course, using the hashtag #GotGame, I bought my son a ball recently and spent over 100 Rand. A few hours later, it was deflated. Oh my word, not sure if it's just the quality or just my son.
That's super striker.
There goes his son. He's got a boot on him, man. You must sign that, man.
But that's the problem when you order things online, you just don't know. I've done that with a nightlight for my son that I thought was literally going to light the night sky. Like people in Dubai would see it and start sending drones to come and join. It was this big, dude. It was this big. He can
Couldn't
barely
even
see
like
it in
this.
his room.
I love that. We've got some more coming here. This one's from Muniba Johnson. She says, I bought a mini fridge a few years ago and paid cash. Later that day, I walked into a different store and saw a bigger one for the same price. Oh, no. Now I look around for prices first before purchasing anything. Hashtag got game. All right, well, at least we learned a valuable lesson in the process.
Exactly.
It's
and
the worst, though, eh?
You've just got to be prepared. And yes, do look around and compare your prices. Absolutely vitally important. You guys are lighting the fire. I love it.
Yeah, Zainab comes through next. Zainab Deirdrick says, only realizing I forgot my card to pay after standing 30 minutes in the queue. Oh, no. That is the worst. Like, and imagine the excitement as well, because you're like, these are my things now, pretty much.
Like, get it and you've done the hard yards. And then you think, that's 30 minutes of my life that I will never, ever get. Oh, man. Well, we are giving you guys the chance of winning that 2,000 Rand shopping voucher for yourself. And if you keep those kind of entries coming in, you are in sure to win. So simply reply to the competition post on the Expresso Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram page and tell us about your worst shopping mishaps or buyer's remorse stories. And remember to hashtag it #GotGame. The competition closes on Monday, the 24th of October at midnight, but you can find all those terms and conditions as per usual on expressoshow.com.
Yeah, and remember, you can compare prices with the Price Beat Promise, and that offers a 10% refund on the difference in price on any item you've purchased. How awesome is that? Now, if you find it cheaper at a competitor within 21 days of your purchase, you are guaranteed a price beat on that item. How cool is that?
Yeah, man, and hold them to it, man. They love it. They love it when you challenge them in that space. I can see Catherine rolling her eyes at me right now. She's like, shush, man. And with store opening hours Monday to Friday from 9 until 6, and then Saturday from 9 until 5, and even Sundays and public holidays from 9 until 4. What are you waiting for? Go on.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, Mzansi, welcome back to it. This is another installment of the Culinary Hotline Bling. Yes, and you know this one is going to be inspired by the Festival of Light, and Diwali is just around the corner. And we have a full culinary hotline this morning that is dedicated to this beautiful festival. And joining us on the panel is a special guest, an actress and a presenter. It's Karishma Basday who's joining us. She is looking ravishing. I'm loving the colors.
No apron today because we have to show this
have
off.
to show off, and we have to be very careful to not ruin this lovely look as well.
Exactly.
So if you, Mzansi, join in on the discussion this morning and send us your voice notes, and that's to our WhatsApp line. It's 063-408-8863 as we leave you in these competent hands. Now, Krishna, obviously you being here, I know Chef Clem is always on point when it comes to everything, but you have something special that you prepared for us, because I know when it comes to Diwali and all the festival celebrations, there's always these sweet treats, there's always these like beautiful dishes, and it looks like you're going to be adding to that list, right?
So,
what do you got for us?
So I've decided to do a little modern take on like traditional Diwali treats and the sweet element that we always bring to it.
All right.
This is actually my husband's recipe. So he's the baker in the family.
What? Okay.
I'm terrible at baking. I'm excellent at cooking.
Oh, so you guys complete each other perfectly then?
Perfectly.
It's
he's all about the science, you know, and I'm all about the freedom and a little bit of this and a little bit of that, which works for cooking, but not so much for baking. This is his mom's recipe, and my husband being French, I love that it's kind of the merging of both of our cultures. So this is gâteau au yaourt, which is a yogurt cake.
Okay.
So it's so simple because you have like like a yogurt tub.
Yeah.
And that's what you use for all the measurements. So
I like that because so many traditional recipes, I say traditional, but like recipes that are handed down to you, it'll be like that cup, that teacup.
Yeah, exactly.
That specific
Exactly.
the yellow teacup worth of.
You know, creatures of habits, I think, you know.
I love it. I love it.
Okay, Clem, so should we get going?
Okay. Do you want me to do the spatula?
Yes, you do all of the stuff.
So, and this is normal flour.
That's normal flour. So it's so easy to remember because it's 1 cup of the yogurt, right? And then it's 3 cups of flour and 2 cups of sugar, but I usually use like a little bit less, so like maybe 1.5. So I'm gonna like...
But can I say, I like that you do that because when you've got so much flavor coming through with the spices you're using, you can take some of that sweetness out and rely on the flavor of the spices.
Everything. And so we're mixing this up a bit. So I'm redoing a chai version because the Indian flavor, you know, to everything. And then you use half a yogurt tub of either butter, coconut oil. We've got some delicious.
I love our measuring scale today. How many tubs worth of?
Yeah, exactly. And so you can use egg when it comes to the recipe, but because we don't eat eggs.
And you taught me that.
You didn't know that?
No.
So a lot of people don't. So Diwali is a holy day. So it's a fast and it's a prayer. And traditionally, we don't eat meat or eggs on any kind of holy days. So we are doing a little egg replacement. So it's 3 tablespoons of coconut.
Right.
Coconut oil, I like that.
I know.
If I ask you, though, the reason, I know it's obviously based on some religious beliefs, I would imagine, but what is the reason for not, obviously you're fasting, but why are you staying away from dairy and meat as well?
So it's not dairy.
Okay.
It's only eggs. So it's kind of like a animal, I mean, you know, I know milk comes from, you know, a cow, obviously, but it's not really harming the animal. That's not how we see it. Whereas an egg could have turned into a chicken. I suppose. So it's, and also we just believe that, you know, it's all about the energy. We want to bring in that pure energy to us.
Pure energy and celebrating life.
Exactly.
Life.
Exactly. So we've got our 3 tablespoons of coconut oil, and then we do about 3 tablespoons of water. So that's maybe a little bit too much. We put that in there, okay, and then 2 teaspoons of baking powder.
You gotta have that baking powder to give it that bit of a lift.
And that's actually the replacement for the egg, right? So super easy. It works really well. My husband actually discovered that trick. And then we're going to add a little bit of all our spices.
Talk about the spices, because I love bringing it on.
So we're doing like a bit of a chai-inspired, you know, yogurt cake. So obviously we've got some ginger, lovely ginger. We've got some cinnamon. We have got some cloves.
Which I don't feel I use enough of, to be honest.
No, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up with my mom cooking with cloves, and I love the aroma that it gives off. We've got some cardamom powder, of course, and a bit of nutmeg.
Beautiful.
So, Clem,
so while that's getting mixed together, obviously, I know you obviously a celebrator of Diwali. What are you going to be doing this year around? Do you have anything big planned? Is it something traditional that you always do with the family?
So, you know, we keep it simple. Unfortunately, we were away from my family. It was all in Durban, and there's usually big celebrations, and I'm used to like a big spread that my mum would make for Diwali, you know, and just celebrating, lighting lamps all over our house. And we do that, but on a smaller scale at my house. And with my husband working away, he's not always here, so it's, you know, it's a little bit hard to celebrate.
Yeah.
But I definitely still light my lamp at my home, do my prayer and my meditation, invite that beautiful light and love and energy into my home, light my lamps. And now it's so beautiful to get to do that with my daughter and introduce her to all those, you know, traditions and stuff. This year, my husband actually arrives home from work on Diwali.
Oh, nice. What a treat.
So beautiful. What a blessing. So we'll definitely be doing a little bit more of that. I'm going to cook a nice meal, going to light all our lamps around the house. We've got our little Diwali outfits.
Have you got the outfits already?
Of course.
Of course.
This will happen like, you know, this is an event on our calendar, you know. So, yeah, that's...
And I was doing, well, I had some Mehndi on my hand earlier before I ruined it. I completely forgot, and I'm so ashamed that I didn't get to keep it on because it's so beautiful. Is it something that you incorporate in your celebrations as well?
It's a bit much for me for Diwali. I think we usually save that for like weddings, I would say. Then we would indulge in kind of the Mehndi and stuff. But if you want to go all out and celebrate with some Mehndi, why not?
Why not?
Why not? You know?
Bring it on. Okay, so look, we've simply like fast-forwarded into time.
You know? So cake batter goes into the tin, goes into the oven, bakes beautifully. We've got a beautiful frosting. And the thing about me, what about like the colors, the flavors, the textures, has got to represent on the cake as well. So we've got some rose petals and pistachio.
And some whipped cream.
Whipped cream, and I've got some gold leaf. Do you want to go for it?
Yes, let's do the gold leaf. Because it's Diwali, you know, we've got to add all the sparkle, as much sparkle as we can incorporate.
Tips on using gold leaf.
Tell me.
Don't be near an open window with a slight breeze.
Oh, will it just blow away?
Disappear. Make sure your hands are dry. Okay. It will stick to your hands.
I mean, but like, how do you break it? How do you make it look as...
I don't know. I just let it like gently just fall. Wait for a tear and fall. That's the...
Tear and fall. Tear and fall. Okay, good, because that's exactly what I'm doing.
Well, absolutely loving this. Chef Clem and Krishma, thank you so much for sharing this incredible recipe with us. And I know that you've given everybody out there just an extra insight into what it all means, especially when it comes to celebration. And I'm glad that you're doing something special with the family. I'm glad that you get to celebrate with them. And I know this is going to be a definite special one indeed. And for you, Mzansi, if you want to incorporate something special into your celebration as well, then definitely get this recipe on. You can find it at expresso.com. It looks delicious, it tastes delicious, and it's the perfect occasion to celebrate light, love, and everything else involved in this exceptional occasion. Krishma, thank you so much for this.
Thank you.
Absolutely loved it, learned a lot, and it wasn't as hard as I thought, right?
No.
It's such an easy recipe, and that's what I love. And this cake always turns out so beautiful and moist, and it's just, it's amazing.
Bring it on. Expresso.com, go get some, and we'll be back with some more culinary hotline magic.
your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso on S3. We've had a lot of fun in the kitchen with our culinary hotline bling. Karishma Basday joining us today, and she's not going anywhere because she still have a few more culinary hotline conundrums to share with you. But what's coming up next on the show?
It's time for the 8 o'clock news with Raul de Mornay.
Here we go.
Wow, very well played indeed. I love it, and thank you so much, ladies. For now, though, yes, it's time to kick off national duties one last time this morning. And starting off on national news, Basic Education Minister Angie Motshega has called on learners preparing for year-end exams to check rolling blackout schedules prior to their study sessions. Now, this as the matric class of 2022 prepares to write their final examinations due to begin on Tuesday. Now, Eskom is currently implementing stage 4 power cuts, and Motshega says learners need to monitor rolling blackout timetables and work around them. She also had the following and quoted, "Learners aren't an exception as everyone copes," unquote. Now, Motshega has voiced confidence that the year-end exams can continue in the midst of rolling blackouts. Now, sticking to our national news headlines, one of the 7 prisoners who escaped from a prison in Makanda yesterday has been re-arrested. Now, the Zimbabwean Simba Masinga was in custody for rhino poaching, and he was arrested again in Bloemfontein. Now, police have warned that these prisoners should not be approached. Instead, police must be contacted. Now, the escapees include one person charged with charged with murder, and 5 Zimbabwean nationals either imprisoned for or facing rhino poaching charges. On top of this, a spokesperson for the police, Tembikosi Kinana, said the fugitives are considered dangerous. Well, from our national news headlines, we head over to international news. Now, dozens of people, including an opposition MP, were injured and property damaged in southwest Zimbabwe following violent clashes between political parties on Monday. Now, they were allegedly attacked as they campaigned ahead of by-elections this coming weekend. Now, 30 people sought medical treatment for various injuries, a local human rights group says. Now, increasing incidents of political violence have raised concerns as Zimbabwe prepares for general elections next year, and human rights lawyers have decried the levels of violence against the opposition in recent months. Now, sticking to international news and heading over to Ukraine, where 1,162 towns and villages across Ukraine remain without power after massive Russian attacks in recent days. Now, an emergency services spokesperson says more than 70 people had been killed in rocket and drone strikes since the 7th of October. Now, many of Ukraine's power stations have been destroyed in the past 8 days. Parts of the capital, Kiev, have no power and water after the new strikes yesterday. Now, after suffering a series of humiliating defeats on the battlefield, Russia has stepped up attacks in recent weeks on electricity infrastructure in cities away from the front lines. Well, on a bit of a lighter note and one of an inspiring note indeed, world record-winning endurance swimmer Louis Pugh from Cape Town, who has been swimming in the world's oceans for 35 years, is to attempt what is thought to be the world's first swim across the Red Sea. Now, he wishes to highlight the vulnerability of coral reefs and oceans ahead of the COP27 climate meeting in Egypt next month. Now, he told the media he wanted the world leaders to, and quote, "Put your heads in the water to see what we risk losing if we don't take urgent action," unquote. Now, he also hopes to swim the 160-kilometer distance in a fortnight. Now, Pugh, a UN patron of the oceans, will face warm sea temperatures, very salty water, and long hours of exposure to the sun as he swims some 10 kilometers a day. Now, Pugh wants 30% of the world's oceans protected because, and in a quote, he says the following, "Climate change is the Everest of all problems, the thorniest challenge facing humankind. I wish politicians would put the environment at the center of every agenda," unquote. Well, we do definitely wish him nothing but the best of luck as he highlights this important cause and takes on quite a difficult task indeed. For now, though, it's time to look at the rest of the headlines. Here's the G-Man coming through with the latest when it comes to sport.
All of us are here, my friend. We are here for the sport because it's a cracker build-up to the end of the year. Let's start with rugby first. The Springboks, they'll begin their preparations for their outgoing year-end tour to the Northern Hemisphere on Sunday with a 3-day training camp in Stellenbosch where 26 players are set to assemble. So the group includes 17 South African-based players and then 9 who are currently plying their trade out in Japan. All 26 are forming part of Springbok coach Jacques Nenama's original squad that participated in that incoming series against Wales and, of course, then the Rugby Championship. And the Springboks will play 4 tests on consecutive Saturdays next month. That's against Ireland, France, Italy, and then our good old foes, England. Then bringing it back home for football action from yesterday, Orlando Pirates claimed a comfortable 2-0 win over Lamontville Golden Arrows. That win seeing the Buccaneers now move up to 4th spot on the table. That's ahead of their crucial MTN 8 semi-final second leg clash against Mamelodi Sundowns on Saturday. So SuperSport United, they continue riding high as well. 3 league wins on the trot. And that's after they brushed aside Stellenbosch FC 2-0 to move to the summit of the league standings. JB Weber and Bradley Grobler with the goals in that one. Then Chippa United continued their resurgence in the league as they beat Sekhukhune United 1-0 to make it 4 wins in a row. Then a little further afield, staying with the beautiful game, Crystal Palace came from 1-0 down to beat Wolves 2-1 for their first win of the season. Adama Traore, he put the visitors in front before Eberechi Eze equalised just after half-time. Then Wilfred Zaha netted what proved to be the winner in the 70th minute. And elsewhere, Brighton and Nottingham Forest, they played out to a 0-0 draw. Then the action continues tonight. We've got Chelsea away to Brentford. Liverpool will be hosting West Ham and then Newcastle tackle Everton. But the standout clash has to be at Old Trafford where Man United will be hosting Spurs. Then we move on to cricket and keep it local. Proteas ODI opener Yanaman Malan struck a breezy 60 of 43 to power the Rocks to a 5-wicket victory over Western Province in their CSA T20 Challenge Division 1 clash. So Malan and Clyde Fortain put together a match-winning 95-run partnership for that 3rd wicket to ensure a comfortable win in the end for the defending champions. They eased through to 159 for 5. Then elsewhere, Lightning forced the abandonment of the match between the Warriors and the Knights, sadly. That means the 2 teams will share the points as a result. But great to see the local competition hitting the scene with a bang. And that's where we leave our sport for this Wednesday morning. Let's take one last look at the road. Zozo's got the latest on the traffic front.
Thank you, Graham. And here's a final look at your traffic. In Milnerton, Cape Town, there's congestion on the N7 South. It's at Bosmansdam Ramp. You can expect delays this morning. And staying in Cape Town on Jakes Gerwel Drive, there's congestion on the N2 incoming at Jakes Gerwel Ramp. Please add some extra travel time to your journey this morning. Moving to Johannesburg in Germiston, there are roadworks on the N3 northbound after Geldenhuys interchange. The left lane is closed and there's some slow-moving traffic. That's a wrap on your traffic. Let's take a final look at your weather. And Johannesburg residents have once again been urged to use water sparingly. This while Joburg Water attends to the water shortages affecting parts of Gauteng. Johannesburg Mayor Selo Morero said the region's aging water treatment infrastructure needs extensive renovations. Joburg Water requires a cash injection of 100 billion rand to upgrade its water infrastructure. The mayor believes the investment will prevent the current water shortages and becoming a regular occurrence. Morero said it was not really about the water shortage, but about the inability to pump water due to technical challenges, including power outages. He added that there was sufficient water. Meanwhile, Joburg yesterday experienced good rainfall. Parts of the south of Johannesburg was also hit by a huge hailstorm. Images and videos were shared by residents showing hail blanketing busy roads, busy routes, gardens and driveways. Well, for our final weather update this morning, let's take a look at those sunrise views that you share. Gary Okamp from East London snapped this beautiful and bright photo of the sun rising over the ocean as he enjoys walking with his dogs. Naresh captured this ocean view from KZN, really bringing a holiday feel that we are all craving at the moment. Lesedi from Mpumalanga sent this nature-filled photo as the sun rises and brightens up the lake. And then last but not least, Dudley snapped this outstanding view in Milnerton, showing off the river with beautiful green plants, bringing that summer feel that we are all ready for. If you have a beautiful sunrise view that you'd love to share with us, please do so on our WhatsApp line. But let's take a final look at your temperatures. Polokwane, your low is 13, your high 28. Mbombela 16 with a high of 29. Pretoria 15, 25. Johannesburg 13, reaching a high of 24. Rain and thunder can be expected in Mahikeng 16 with a high of 27. Klerksdorp 16 with a high of 28. Kimberley 18 reaching a high of 30. Bloemfontein 14 with a high of 28. Richards Bay 21 reaching a high of 27. Pietermaritzburg 16, 27. Durban 21 reaching a high of 27. Mthatha 17, your high is also 27. East London sticking to the 27 club, that's your high for today, your low is 21. Cradock 16 reaching a high of 30. Berga, your low is 20, your high 27. George 15, 27. Cape Town 12 with a high of 24. Worcester 11 reaching a high of 34. Sutherland 11 reaching a high of 27. And Uppington expect a warm day with a low of 20 and a high of 34 degrees Celsius. Well, that's your weather on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Thank you so much, Zozo. Time to do a little thinking and possibly a little shopping, okay? And we're going to need Zozo, our resident shopping expert and A-type personality, to come and sit down and share some of her insights. No, I love this because we really do learn a lot about the people when we play this little game. It's a game of would you rather, dun dun dun. And today we're going to look at brand loyalty, which is a thing, okay? So I'm going to set the scenario. You're at the shops to buy your groceries, okay? And you've got your favorites, but none of your favorite brands for the 5 staples that you need are there. So what do? Your kitchen cleaning, your yogurt, your milk, your cleaning spray, your toothpaste, all out of stock. Do you, A, buy a different brand of what you needed, or hell, chuck it, B, go to a different shop to get your brands, because you're loyal, yo. That's your ride or die.
If I might answer first, I'm B. There are certain things, you know, you've tried and tested the things.
Is it a quality thing?
I think it's just about what works for me, what scent I like, what, there's just certain things I'll stick loyal to.
Not A-type at all,
If it's not there, I won't buy it.
I'm on Zoe's side, though, definitely.
Really?
I wasn't ever like that. I was like, anything is the same. But I've started to realize that certain brands carry certain attributes, and they ensure quality, and the taste profile's also there, especially when it comes to certain things. So I've become very brand loyal, and I know that there's certain brands I can now trust. I don't have to worry about certain things, and others I'm not too sure about.
Whatever, man. You pay me, I'll be loyal to your brand, baby. I gotcha.
Loyalty of us paying the most.
Exactly, man. No, but it is an interesting one, and I have a feeling this is going to be quite divisive. But let's see what you, our real experts, had to say. Would you go A or B? Let's see.
So we've got Nonki's table says, good morning. If for the product is for business purposes, I would definitely go to another shop. Because another product might be harmful to my creation.
Ooh.
So the answer is B. Okay, what are you up to?
Yes,
what are you planning out there?
Well, Michelle says A, because traveling around for a brand name will cost more. Hashtag take your money seriously.
Good tip, though. Definitely would, especially if you have to travel far for it.
Yeah, any trip in the car these days.
And Elisa says, A, buy a different brand or of what I need. Okay. And then Boitamelo says, B, for me, we have B, go to a different shop to get my brands. Quite a few loyal people.
Yeah.
It's an interesting one, yeah. And I think people down the line, I like the way the people who go for B don't feel they need to even explain.
No.
Yeah. I wonder if that's like an archetype that carries through in their life as well. Are you that loyal in life as well? You're just willing to just change to another one. Gary, our family, says the following. This actually happened yesterday after gym. I went to buy bread. I only buy a very specific bread, and they were completely out of stock. Oh, no. I looked at the other breads and was even tempted to buy panini, which were just out of the oven. I left without buying anything. All right, well, I can see maybe he's got intolerances to gluten or wheat or something. So
there's just certain things, I mean, small things like your toothpaste. That's something you use multiple times a day. Your laundry detergent. I've just been loyal to a smell and a scent that I don't feel like changing.
Yeah, the crazy thing is, you know, I suppose maybe having the benefit of a little more hindsight than the two of you, I'm realizing more and more that most things are the friggin' same anyway. And that our perception and how a brand is sold often depicts where it's price pointed, but not necessarily the quality of it. But I'm also very loyal. Loyalty is, I think, one of my big things. So I often find, all I'm trying to say here is I miss fish paste, and I don't know where it's gone, and I wish it would come back. Okay, I don't know what happened. I don't know why they took it off the markets. Now, this really is an interesting one. I suppose brand loyalty is great. Just don't let it break the bank. But I think those brands that are doing good work out there appreciate the fact that people appreciate the quality. So well done.
Well, the next time you do need to run to a different shop to buy your specific groceries, Nedbank American Express card holders will be the lucky ones. That's because Nedbank American Express is accepted at most major retailers. So regardless of where you shop, you're always guaranteed to earn that 1.1% cash back when you pay.
Nice.
James is on a long overdue holiday. All because he chose to invest in an electronic Optimum Plus account.
Yes, seriously.
Be like James. Open a Nedbank Electronic Optimum Plus account and get an effective interest rate of up to 12.4%.
I don't think. Oh, good. Like his boss. Images of them, of their food. Parcel. Yeah. Gonna put me to work. Got you. Got you. There. Salamanga. Kanamana. Oh, okay. Salad. Eh? The other one like this. Oh, that's all of. Oh, yeah. Oh wow. Does it still have the condensed vibe? Oh. And yes, sir. Yes, sir. Diwali. What? Bali and because I hear some TVs out there. I'm gonna go with the local. Trust the local.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yeah, Yes, you beautiful souls, welcome back. We are in the kitchen once again, and we have actress and presenter Karishma Bazday, as well as Chef Clem on our food panel this morning, as we are doing another Diwali-inspired culinary hotline. Yes, so you can come in and join the discussion. Send us your voice notes, and you can use our WhatsApp line. That's 063-408-8863, as we continue to explore some of the delicious foods that can be found amongst this beautiful celebration. Now, earlier you made something sweet. It was good. It was enticing. It was called, I know it was a yogurt base, but what actual name was?
Gato o yao.
Gato o yao.
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 Yogurt in French, so yogurt cake.
We're getting that right. We've got that right. And of course, you can find the recipe at expresso.com. But here is another one, something that I'm looking very excited to doing. This is not so much a sweet treat, but this is more like a
savory dish. So traditionally, I've always grown up having like veg biryani and dal and, you know, that kind of thing as our Diwali meal. But we want to put a fresh kind of spin on things, you know, it's a little bit different. So I decided we're going to do some paneer parcels.
And it's like a little gift that you just... I think they're so beautiful. I love it.
Exactly.
That's
so
cool.
this is also super easy. So Ra, I'm going to get you to...
Yeah, put me to work. What am I doing?
Chop up that paneer for me in some cubes. So we're going to marinate our paneer in some lemon juice, salt, and some turmeric and some curry powder. We're going to set that aside, so once Raul's ready, Raul can chop that up for me, put it in there.
Do you want slices of this?
Cubes.
Cubes, oh,
Just
okay,
like
got
that
you.
there,
I
right?
got you.
And then we're going to put this into a delicious chutney. So a little bit more of a drier chutney. So Clem, we're going to put our oil in here.
And this can be replaced with ghee. Yeah. I'm sure.
Everything can be replaced with ghee, Clem. Everything and all things should be replaced with ghee, in my opinion.
Agreed. I've got to ask a question, because we giggled about this earlier. Is it Diwali? Is it Diwali?
Yeah,
Diwali.
good question.
Where did the Diwali come from?
I have no idea. I mean, I've only ever said Diwali growing up.
Maybe they celebrated
Diwali.
the Festival of Light up in like Deval or something. No? Like maybe... I don't know. It's possible. You never know.
I think you might have just started something.
Okay, so officially, we trust in the local on this one. It is Diwali. And we are celebrating right now, and you're celebrating every reason to do so by adding in some incredible lists of foods that you can make. And this one right now is definitely going to be on the list. How are we looking on your side, guys?
So, Clem, I also just want to say there's nothing quite like the smell of onions frying in ghee to take me back to my childhood. I mean, like nothing beats it. But for today...
You take it back to the south?
To take me back home.
Oh, I thought you said to the south. The southern suburbs, always. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so we're going to fry up those onions. And I like to fry them on like a little bit of a low heat for quite a while and just really get those flavors, you know, coming out of the onions, right?
And that's what I say to, in a lot of my recipes, I say there, cook your onions. It's going to take about 15 minutes. And I feel like sometimes it puts people off, but the flavor you get from onions that are cooked for 15 minutes versus 5 minutes, galaxies apart.
It changed my life. My father-in-law used to tease us about this 2-hour omelette or something that he used to make, and we're like, how can you be cooking an omelette? And he's never made it for us, right? But it's all about slowly. Everything was slow, like the onions took time to reduce down, the tomatoes took time, you know, and I was like, okay, got me thinking. And then ever since then, I'm like, no, can't do quick fried onions. No, it's gotta take some time.
I think even like as a kid, I can remember that. Like nostalgia just reminds me of like around 3 o'clock already, onions getting fried up, and you know, and it's like you're just anticipating supper for hours.
Exactly.
Like, Mom, is it ready yet? What is it? What is it ready yet?
I know.
So I can definitely feel it on that one, and the flavors definitely at the end of it all just come together like you can't imagine. So
oh my gosh.
I'm all about the 15-minute onions. I'm here on that. I'm 15-minute onions.
15 minutes?
Yeah.
We don't have 15 minutes.
We don't have 15 minutes, unfortunately.
But let's just get the gist of it. So you're going to fry those onions, and then actually you're going to do garlic first.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Garlic in there, you know, let that infuse in the oil, give it a good stir around, okay? And then, some people do this wrong. Some people add the tomato first before the masala. But I like...
But you also want to toast the spices and kind of flavor the oil as well.
Exactly.
Oh, is that what you're doing?
And I mean, I only use my aunt's masala. I've only ever used my aunt's masala. She makes everything herself, roasts all the spices and grinds them up. And I actually get my parents to bring me some when they're coming from Durban. So if you need a good masala hookup, hear me.
The masala plug.
And I'll hook you up, you know. And then we're going to put in just some black mustard seeds. And this is important to add into like the hot oil because you want to get them to pop.
Exactly,
a
yes.
bit, right?
Release that flavor and the oil.
Exactly. And then, Sorrel, you're not doing your work.
I got you. I got you. I got you. What do you need from me?
So, paneer in there.
Okay.
And then you're going to just pop all of that in there and then give it a good stir.
All right, so it looks like we've got some salt. Is this turmeric or curry powder?
Turmeric.
Turmeric, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, in there. A little bit of masala.
Ooh, yeah, masala in there.
A bit of salt.
A little bit of salt. Put a pinch of that in.
Yeah, and some lemon juice.
Oh,
Just kind of bring it all together.
All right.
Give it a good mix over there.
Okay, let me use the spoon for this
Yes.
one. Mix it all up.
And then you just leave that to rest while you're doing your chutney.
Okay, all right.
So then
How far in advance can I do that? Can I marinate my paneer?
As long as you want.
As long as I want? Yeah.
Or as little as you want. I mean, sometimes we're in a rush. And I think, like, I mean, at least a good 20 minutes, at least.
I get you.
That's not bad.
At least.
Because it does actually take in the flavor. I love that about
such
paneer.
a big difference, you know? Okay, so then we're going to add in a little tomato here. Give that a good stir, Clem.
So essentially, we want to cook the moisture out of the tomatoes.
Exactly.
And make like that almost dry
Like
chutney.
a dry chutney, you know? Because it's just going to coat our paneer once it's ready to add in there. So should we just do this?
Do it.
Just do it. Oh, and Zanzi, let me tell you already, the smells that are coming through already from this.
Okay.
Oh, it is good.
I like it Wednesdays on my days when I have the most meetings, and I go straight from studio, straight into the meetings, and I'm the one that smells like the best.
Everyone's like, dinner. Clem, how are you? Oh,
That smells so
like
good.
Sucking you all
And
in.
then, Clem, over here, we've got our filo pastry.
Filo pastry.
Right.
Yes. And then, Clem, I think you're going to help me to do this. Okay. Get the master to do the pastry.
Okay, so we're looking for like little parcels.
Little parcels, right? So now I'm curious, you just put the whole thing, like, or do you cut them in squares?
I do squares.
Okay.
I do squares. I've made a similar version of this that I did for a video for Woolies when I had to make my own samosa pastry.
Oh, yeah?
Can I just give a shout out to the aunties out there that make their own samosa pastry? Wow.
It's quite a...
Wow.
It's a mission.
It's quite a thing.
Okay.
It's and then to fold.
So,
and then
so when you're paying your 15 Rand for a samosa, don't complain.
Yes.
Appreciate the time.
And those celebrations when they have like 500 samosas, I'm telling you.
Appreciate the time that went into that, eh? Okay.
You used to have an assembly line
You do,
of the aunties, you know, around the table, and the ones doing this and the ones doing that. So then that's how it works. Okay.
So another thing with filo pastry, you want to keep it nice and moist. You don't want it to dry out because it starts cracking like this.
Right.
So a damp, clean cloth that goes over this keeps it nice and malleable.
Right.
And then once you get it in here, a little bit of melted ghee just to kind of like set it and to enrich that pastry even more. It's once a year, people.
It's once a year.
Use the
You can
ghee.
exactly use. If there's any time to use the ghee, it's now.
It's now.
Yeah.
So obviously what you want is you want this mixture to be cool before you add it to your pastry.
Yes.
You don't want it to be too hot because it's going to kind of like tear the pastry, or you're not going to get that texture that you actually want. So we've got some that's cooled already, and that's going to go in there. I always say don't overfill your parcels, but then I will go and overfill my parcels because I want to be generous with the gift, right?
No one's going to complain about that. But simple as this recipe has come together so magically once again. Krishma and Clem are just filling up the last bits of this pocket of magic right now.
Them, right?
And for you, Mzansi, don't forget you can get this recipe as amongst every other recipe that we've done on the show today at expressoshow.com. We're celebrating that Festival of Light. It is Diwali, and we will be back for one more session sharing some of the culinary magic that goes into this. And don't forget, come through on our WhatsApp line and share some of those fantastic treats that you'd expect at your occasion too. Well done, nice job.
Oh, I can't wait to taste that.
I know.
Oh, and unlock all the flavor in my mouth because you can experience red and unlock more with Vodacom Red. Now, there are some amazing rewards and benefits that simply cannot be missed when you switch to Red to unlock more.
So how about a free hotel voucher for your next trip? If you want it, upgrade to Red VIP and get the Samsung for 2,699 Rand per month. If you switch this month, you get with that a free hotel voucher. Get out there, man.
Imagine that.
Oh, I need it.
That would be so nice.
Oh, absolutely. The phone is amazing, yes. And I love the fact that economically it's now a lot more accessible, quantum leap forward technologically. But I think we've reached that time of the year now. I'm thinking like maybe a garden route, hit a Protea, you know, use your Fly Safair voucher to get yourself there sorted, man.
There we go. We're going to sort you out because that's not all. As a Vodacom Red customer, you get travel rewards that become part and parcel of the Red Core plan. So how's this? Up to 35% off on Emirates flights, up to 10% off Fly Saffair, up to 35% off Protea hotels, and up to 10% off Intercape.
So however you need to get there, they will get you there at a discount. I mean, we are so lucky that the job takes us to so many beautiful corners of South Africa. Before you start traveling a trip, planning a trip abroad, look in your own backyard. There are experiences waiting for you, and Vodacom will get you there. In fact, they just keep delivering the goods. So switch to Red now and unlock more with Vodacom.
Get the new Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 4 on a 600-minute Red Core More voice plan. Plus, get a free hotel voucher. Further together, Vodacom.
Defeat your mucus monster, Mucofizz. Loosen mucus and phlegm for clearer airways. Brought to you by Pharmacodynamics.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Well, I know everyone seems to be winning at the moment, and you too can win, and win big with Tropica Island of Treasure All-Stars when you buy a Tropica. So here's how you do it. You've got to buy a promotional Tropica, follow the details on the pack, and enter. Easy peasy, and then stand a chance of winning your share of thousands, literally thousands of smooth prizes. Look at that.
About these prizes, get you even more hyped. Now, I'm talking about things like airtime, data, AEG fridges, Island Tribe hampers, Rest Assured beds, plus limited edition Tropica bags, towels, tents, cooler bags, and cushions. You are going to be primed up for the beach.
Yeah, man, it's going to look like an oasis when you set up on the beach, where people are going to know where you're at.
On the island.
Exactly. And the beauty is, the more Tropica you buy, the more chances you stand of winning. And you can find all those terms and conditions on clover.co.za. And we'll be announcing some of the winners. So make sure that you go out and get your Tropica this week. In fact, this day to enter. Plus, you can also enjoy the taste of the island while watching Tropica Island of Treasure. It's the All-Stars Saturday evening, 6:30 p.m. only on S3.
Oh, yes.
Tropica is back with the best of the best in the All-Star Season 10 of Tropica Island of Treasure. All the stars are competing to win big, and so can you. Simply buy a Tropica promo pack, follow the details, and enter for your chance to win your share of thousands of smooth prizes. The more you buy, the more chances you stand to win. Catch the All-Star Season of Tropica Island of Treasure this Saturday evening at 6:30 only on S3. Tropica, nothing smoother.
Oh, well, something that is super smooth is the dance troupe Tare. They are back with us this morning as they prepare to perform their first performance for us on the show. And this dance is performed to the song Dupata Mera. And this is the perfect way to get us into the spirit of Diwali. on your feel-good breakfast show. That was unbelievable. Couldn't take my eyes off you. What a beautiful performance. They're not going anywhere. We've got one more coming your way before 9 o'clock.
Switch to Red, travel the world, and connect anywhere with flight discounts and international roaming. Get the new Samsung Z Flip 4 on a 600-minute Red Core More voice plan for 1,339 Rand per month. You save 2,400 Rand and get a free hotel voucher. Plus, trade in and save up to 10,000 Rand with Vodacom, SA's leading network. Available in-store or online. Further together, Vodacom.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, Mzansi, welcome back. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and I cannot tell you how excited we both are, as well as Chef Clem, to have you back in the kitchen.
And we cannot have a Diwali-themed hotline without exploring some foods and sweet treats that can be found during this beautiful festival.
Oh, yes.
Can we just say guest presenter? Yes! Oh my goodness!
It's my secret. I want to be part of the family permanently.
Oh, careful. You might just end up here every day. You're doing absolutely well, and especially all the inspiration that you brought through for today. I know Diwali is actually happening on Monday, correct?
It is indeed.
So there's a lot of time for everybody to prepare and put some of this delicious food together. But, I mean, we've got so much to talk about. I thought, let's just do exactly that, and actually taste some of these, go through some of what we prepared, what you can expect on the table. We've also had some guys send through some pictures of some of their treats as well. So
I love that.
maybe we can actually go and look at that first before we
see.
get into anything else. So we've got some treats that have been sent in. This one from Nancy Govender. Grishma, can you make out exactly what that is?
That looks like some barfi penda. Like, that looks delicious.
Looks sweet.
So
is it like a biscuit or a cupcake, or what exactly is it?
It's like this condensed milk treat. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
And it's made into, it's not a paste. It's not a paste.
Okay.
It's almost like a soft dough. But it's not baked or anything. It's just mixed, and then you decorate it, and it just melts in your mouth.
Oh, Nancy Govender, get out of here.
Of the pattern, is that used with a biscuit
Probably
gun?
a mold, yeah. A mold?
A
A mold, yeah.
Well played, Nancy. Well played. All right, we've got one more coming in. This one is from Kabit. I don't know what exactly that
This is chana magaj. So this is made out of chickpeas. And it is really delicious, and it usually has like a bit of a crunch, and it's got a bit more texture than the barfi.
What are the colourful things on top?
coconut or almonds.
Oh, yum. So that's actually slightly healthy as well. Some protein in there from the chickpea.
Oh, you know.
Oh, no.
Anyway, you want to spin it, I'm going to be down with that.
Before we get into this, though, I can't do this alone. There's someone on the team that absolutely loves anything sweet and delicious. I'm going to call in the G-Man himself. He's the specialist when it comes to eating good things.
Have you been
I've been
salivating?
waiting, man. I've been waiting. I've been like, pick me, coach, pick me.
People think when we call Graham G, it's for the Graham. No, the G stands for ghee. Because man is obsessed with ghee.
I'm clarified. I am
part of the
clarified.
family.
Okay, I'm going to
Exactly.
come around
Come getting closer here, G. Come
First of
get in
all,
here, man.
so good to have you here.
Always
Thank you for
lovely
coming
to be
in
here.
and sharing this amazing celebration with us. I mean, look at that. Feed me, Seymour. Look at these little things. That looks really good. These are
Guys,
gorgeous.
where are we going to start with this? I know we've got some savory / sweetness.
We start with the savories.
Yeah, let's work on
And then like work our way down. Clem and I wanted to talk to you quickly about how we finished off these little parcels of ours. So this is egg-free mayo.
Okay.
With a little
nice.
bit of like a masala in there, and mix it all together, easy peasy. And then you just drizzle it over. And guys, fried curry leaves. We don't use enough curry
For
leaves, but I
sure.
mean, smell that.
Oh, wow. And how did you prep those? What did you do?
In a little bit of oil just to fry them,
Just
yeah?
for like a nutty
And it's got
sort of
crispy,
Oh,
crispy.
I love that.
Okay, so who's gonna try?
I'm going to get in there, man. I'm going to get in there and I'm going to...
Are your footsteps?
It's not
Zozo.
Someone couldn't resist.
We can't leave Zoe out.
I'm intrigued by what Graham's about to try.
Okay, you're gonna try too. There's
Right now, my poor little mouth, my olfactory sensors are like, oh, what's going on? What's going to happen? Oh, that looks amazing.
You're making me jealous.
okay.
I want to get a piece of this while she's busy chewing over there. If you
We'll slice a piece for Zoe as well while you're at it.
I'll get in there.
Are you gonna get in there?
I'll get in there.
yourself a
Got a
small
fork.
piece there. I just grab
how are
that.
all those flavors?
That masala mayo
Balances it
just
out
kind of
exactly.
completely balances it out.
Exactly.
But you know, when we're in the kitchen, there's a special way to eat food.
Yeah, you don't just
so we
eat.
play some music and the camera zooms in on you. So I feel like one of you need to just demonstrate to Karishma how we do this. Okay, G-Man, go for another bite. and show.
Go for one. We haven't watched Raul eat in a while.
Don't forget the eye contact, Raul. Don't forget the eye contact.
Oh my goodness.
Got my parcel of goodness out here.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
How you doing?
Oof. He's got this down to an art. I mean,
Don't worry, nobody saw, but everybody looked.
Are you keen to try that?
Yes.
That's the
yes.
espresso way of having a
That
bite.
little parcel is
Let's
calling your
do-
name,
let's
girl.
do this espresso way.
Saying, come to me.
Are you going to try it?
Yeah, can
With
I?
the music?
Got it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I use some utensils?
But now this is someone who's got
Go for it.
experience on TV, yeah?
Okay, which camera am I going?
That's your camera over there.
How you doing?
Did you
Even get the rolls of movement going. That's how you know it's good.
You're right. Okay, on to...
we.
Should we stay savory?
Yes, let's
Okay.
stay savory.
Here we go. So
Okay.
we got some meat-free samosas. What else did you call them? We called them...
Those were
pastries.
samosas.
There we go.
Pastries.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we're going to cut a few open and see
Clem,
what's inside them.
Get in there,
Okay,
son. That
so
one's
I'm
calling your
hoping
name, eh?
that this one is the coconut.
Clem's been talking about
I
this
want the potato
whole
one.
morning.
Yes.
The one with
Okay.
potato?
So this
I
is...
think this one's potato.
My fork's still clean, so I'm going to go for the potato.
So this is coconut, coriander, a couple of spices in here. It's the one I always go for. It's absolutely delicious. Can't remember what it's called. Oh, wait.
Oh, hang on.
Oh.
Oh, hang on.
How you doing?
What's happening over here? No, come on. Oh,
It has that effect, eh? It does have that effect.
Oh my goodness. Okay, who else is going to try some of this?
Okay, I'm going to try one of the savories. Listen, I'm in a relationship, okay? I told you after the show, okay? I know, right? Which one should I try? Recommend one.
Let's try this one.
Okay.
We're dying to know what's in it.
I'm gonna grab it and eat it.
Dying to know what's in it. Get a good bite, I think.
Look, normally I don't have an assistant helping me in this
I'm just
space,
saying,
but
I'm telling you.
quite like it.
Advising you, yeah. Nice.
No, we can do it. No, stop. You're making this complicated. It's really simple.
Really simple.
All we need to do is just be okay.
That was a good bite.
That was a good bite.
Yeah.
That was.
What's inside?
Waves of flavor.
Oh, what is that?
Potato and peas.
Potato, peas, it's veggie vibes.
And there's a bit of curry leaf in the chili as well.
A little bit of warmth, but it sings. And it takes you, it's like a babbling brook that just takes you down this little flavor
Takes
journey.
you down a flavor journey. Listen,
Zoe,
these are incredible.
You're up next. Show us the best of what you got.
Not zooming in on me.
Okay, onto the sweets, onto the
Okay.
sweets.
This little pastry is like, sorry, I'm here. Pick me.
Okay.
How was that? Good.
Absolutely delicious. I mean, that's a meal on its own. There's so much going on there in complexity of flavor, magic. What's next?
Okay, Kim, what are we going to do?
have to try the sweet now.
Yeah, direct us to that beautiful platter of sweets. It's so beautiful.
Okay.
Thank you, Bob Shoyana, for all these amazing treats. I was going to say I made them all. Lies.
Lies.
Lies. So, totally, it's good. Talk us to what's on that platter and what you recommend we try first.
A traditional Diwali platter. A lot of the things that you would see traditionally on a Diwali plate. So we've got my absolute favorite, some gulab jamun. And now, for me, the taste of a good gulab jamun is if it's soaked all the way through. So
Do it. Show us.
Okay, do it. Break it open. Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Is it there? Is it there?
Oh.
It's all the way in.
Syrup in there.
Look at that. Oh my gosh, amazing. So good. We've got some jalebi.
Of course, have to.
Some barfi, which is what we saw on TV earlier, on the screen earlier. Some chana magaj. This is some mawa, right? I'm not familiar with, I'm familiar with it, but I've never made it or tried it, but I've obviously seen it. And this is a laddu bowl.
And those have saffron in them.
Saffron in them and made with chickpeas.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And the green ones, is it the same, just
So
a
it's the
different
same
color?
as this, just obviously different colors and molded in a different...
Quite
to look
funky,
like a little
yeah.
watermelon. I think that's quite cute.
I want to try this one here. Try this one, please.
All right,
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going in for one of these little guys. Just look too amazing.
It's my favorite.
Thank you. Wow, that
go
is.
for it.
Oh, yeah.
That you can feel it in your hand when you
Got some
take
weight
it. It's
in
got
that,
some
Yeah.
I have to go for the
density.
gulab
It's
jamun.
not a game.
Oh my goodness.
We're just standing on eating.
Right?
It's so good.
It's so good. This one is so good.
Handle with care, though. I think this you can.
You can feel it, right?
Yeah, you can go all in.
Okay, and then I think we have to try some of that cake.
We have to.
I have to. I'm going to have to recuse myself. This is getting too much for me.
I'm
I
going to
can't.
join you.
I can't anymore. I
This was
can't.
so much
Thank
fun.
you guys for joining us in the kitchen.
Clem, you do
Obviously,
the honors. Okay.
Absolutely.
Chef Clem, this has
Fire.
been superb. Obviously, the main dish coming out right now with its golden leaf on the top, which we were sprinkled on earlier. I'm so excited for this one, but I gotta say, all these treats have something special about them. I actually thought it was all the same. I thought it was just like sweet and flavor, but it's not. It's so much more than that. There's texture, there's a different base, there's these different like spices included in it. It gives you this warmth, it gives you sour, it gives you sweet. It's literally like a journey eating at a festival like this, and I just can imagine how much laughing and memory comes along with this too. And guys, thank you so much. This has been something special indeed.
What a treat.
What a treat indeed. Of course, if you are wanting any of this recipe inspiration, head over to expressoshow.com to make your festival of light just absolutely set everybody
The
alight.
spice makes
with
it, right?
joy and love. Oh, we've got a winner.
That's the one.
You know what I love about it? It's how beautifully the spices come together in a cake like this.
Exactly.
Perfect balance. Guys, well done. This has been an absolute pleasure having you in the kitchen. Chef Clem, as always, serving the people, serving everybody for what we need for this incredible occasion. Don't forget, Monday is officially Diwali, but this is a week where you can prepare with everything. Get yourself educated, get involved in the celebration. It's a beautiful reason to celebrate the life you have inside of you, the light, and just to do good at the same time, right? Absolutely love it. Expressoshow.com for some more recipe inspiration. And that officially rounds up another beautiful Diwali edition of the Culinary Hotline Bling! Ching, ching, ching! Yes. Nice stuff, guys.
Wow, the ting in this case is the sweetness in my mouth. I think you're going to have to include like a 3K run in this every day in the build-up. Now that we've got your culinary conundrums all sorted, let's get those travel conundrums ticked off as well.
That's right. So what do you want out of a holiday? Do you want an adventurous day out in the country or a few days of rest and relaxations, maybe next to a pool? Are you looking to learn more about the history or perhaps just indulge indulge in the modern approach to winemaking. And when it comes to food, are you a luxury person or prefer local as lekker? Well, whatever you are looking for, the Cape Winelands celebrates South African hospitality at its finest, and it really has something for everyone.
Whether you like wine or not, to be honest. And the great news is that MasterCard holders get a whole host of discounts and deals when visiting the Cape Winelands. And we're talking about Stellenbosch, Franschhoek and Constantia. Unmatched. So go and visit priceless.com// travel in South Africa and do it as soon as you can. And then go and choose any of these amazing curated experiences that your heart desires. And the good part now is that all offers are valid up until the 31st of December for the rest of this year. So you have plenty of time to go and treat yourself. Perhaps even plan a full getaway for the whole family because, as we always say, you deserve it.
When I was diagnosed with cancer at 32, thankfully I had illness insurance from Old Mutual. I was able to pay all the extra unexpected costs, and then, with the help of my financial advisor, I was able to invest the rest of my lump sum payout. I didn't expect this to happen to me, but the insurance has been a great relief.
This week on Tropica Island of Treasure All-Stars.
The game is on for everyone. This is for elimination.
What is going on?
Yo, that was a close one. He's wading the water like Shakira.
This is absolutely neck and neck. Let's do this. Stay smooth with Tropica Island of Treasure All-Stars this Saturday evening at 6:30. Repeat Monday night at 9. Only on S3.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked. We've loved having Karishma in studio. You've got almost an encyclopedic knowledge in this space. So you did your people proud today. The family. Well, there's going to be one auntie, I'm sure, it's going to be like, oh no, but maybe one or two. But no, we're going to use you now to help translate because our viewers have been putting through some amazing. I think their Diwali treats have taken it to a whole different level. So we asked you guys, as Diwali approaches, the Festival of Lights, what are you doing? What are your favorites? Let's take a look at some of the traditional food and sweets that you guys are preparing. And of course, we asked for some voice notes as well. Zainab sent in this. Let's hear from them.
Morning, it's Zainab. A must treat for Diwali is barfi, chana magaj, gulab jamun, and a whole lot of other sweetmeats.
Oh, I'm going to ask you to play that one again and just crank up the volume there.
Yes.
So I can get that term again for Karishma.
Morning, it's Zainab. A must treat for Diwali is barfi, chana magaj, gulab jamun, and a whole lot of other sweetmeats.
Sweet treats are the one.
So it's basically what we had on our platter that we showed just earlier. So it was the gulab jamu, the barfi, and the chana magaj. the 3 key ones,
Those
I think.
seem to be the
Yes.
standards.
Yeah.
And we agree. After what I've just tasted, I mean, my olfactory senses are just going through the roof at the moment. This being said, and you don't have to have a favourite, but what is your favourite? What do you generally gravitate towards when you approach a plate like that, a table spread like that?
Gulab jamun.
Really? Why?
I love the flavors of it. I love the texture. It's sweet, but it's also got like a bit of that cardamom that comes through, which I really love. And it's the syrup, man. It's dipped in that syrup, and it's like, oh, you know. And last year I did a lavender-infused syrup. Like I changed it up, and it was perfect.
Because you can kind of push the boat out and play with it as long as you are honouring the traditional ingredients.
Exactly.
Oh, you're amazing, man. We honour you, sister. Enjoy this amazing time. Enjoy celebrating your wonderful culture. And thank you for opening a window and feeding us today.
Of course, my pleasure, always.
She's a feeder. That's why she keeps coming back. We absolutely love it. But now it's time to celebrate the Festival of Light in a different way with dance.
Oh, thank you, Graham. Well, you know what? We are closing out the show this morning with the Tare Dance Group, and they will perform this one, and this is to the track of Pasuri, which is a fusion of pop and folk music that really is designed to make you feel warm and familiar. Ladies, take it away.
आन जान दी पसूड़ी नू जहर बने हाँ तेरी पी जावा मैं पूरी नू आना सी ओ नहीं आया दिल बांग बांग मेरा टकराया कागा बोल के दस जावे पावा क्यों दी चूरी नू रावा च बावा च ओनू लुकावा कोई मैनू ना रोके लावा मजबूरी नू आन जान दी पसूड़ी नू जहर बने हाँ तेरी पी जावा मैं पूरी नू आना सी ओ नहीं आया दिल बांग बांग मेरा टकराया कागा बोल के दस जावे पावा क्यों दी चूरी नू रावा च बावा च ओनू लुकावा कोई मैनू ना रोके मेरे डोल जुदाइयां दी तेनू खबर कि मैं होवे तेरा पूरा भी ना होवे बनिया बनाइया दी दिल बात कि मैं होवे जावे दिल तेरा पूरा भी ना साथ तेरा है बतेरा पूरा कर जरूरी नू आसी ओ नहीं आया रास्ता ना दिखलाया दिल हमारा ते सहारा ख्वाहिशात अधूरी नू सारी में जावा मैं तेनू बुलावा गल सारी ता होवे मेरे ढोले 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 मेरे ढोले सदाइयां दी तेनू खबर कि मैं होवे आ जाए दिल तेरा पूरा भी ना होवे
Absolutely beautiful.
How incredible. That was the Tare Dance Troupe, of course, bringing us 2 fantastic performances.
Yeah, and what a day of celebration, of course. Diwali is around the corner. It's only a week away, so don't forget. So many things to celebrate, so much of this culture that we absolutely love. And Krishna, you've been exceptional today.
We love you. We love you, and we love you guys at home. Have an amazing day.
This spring, here's to Mother Nature and all the other mums who bring wonders into our world. Made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.